Okay, here we are. Let me get to the... Can you guys hear me? Put a 1 if you can hear me. I'm so paranoid. I know that I can't mute. I know that. The Cruelest Cut. Part 4. Hopefully you can hear me.
Take your bra off and switch to this one.
Oh, that's the ad. Stop. I just hit stop on the ad. I know that I can't mute. I know that. I know you can hear me now because I just listened to it myself. Let me go over here. It's going to come up with sound in a minute anyway. Oh, that's... So I'm trying to figure out which is my master. This one is. Okay, good. Now, why doesn't it have my chat? Do you get that monkey with a hammer when it says, oh, something went wrong when your chat? Got that one. The chat doesn't show. There it is. Now the chat's showing. We've got Dill Stream to put it on live chat. Okay. Hi, Sandra. Hi, Terry. You guys made it back. Jen, YouTube monitors. Okay. So if you missed what we've been talking about Jennifer Seibert, who had all these aliases. She killed a young girl, young hairstylist, mother of 2 boys, called Joleen Cummings in a town called Yulee, Florida, in a salon called Tangles. And she killed her the night before Mother's Day. Nice, right? In 2018. They never found Joleen's body, but they did find a lot of evidence that connected Jennifer, and every time I say that name Jennifer, I always, Jennifer's got her daddy's car. Okay, but they found Jennifer connected to this stuff. But then they found out Jennifer had like how many aliases? Crazy number of aliases. And hi Colleen, and she'd been living as these different people. Now, when you watch her interview before she requests a lawyer, she's so chit-chatty because she thinks she's just been arrested for Grand Theft Auto, right? Because they got her taking Joleen's car, Jolene, right? They got her taking Jolene's car to the Home Depot and leaving it in the Home Depot. And you were talking to yourself. It was lonely. Oh, I'm glad you found your way over here. So they found her taking Jolene's car to the Home Depot. So that's why they arrested her. But when they arrested her and they started to look at all this footage, and we have a lot more footage to look at, okay? Because she was living in her car. She was taking showers at Planet Fitness. And I don't know. Let me just see if I can show you all of her aliases. Let me just bring them up again in all the places she lives in. I don't understand why or how she started with this. And when we listened to the people from high school, we had a girl from high school that they were talking to, and she was talking about her. Now, when you listen to the interview, she says her mother's abusive and beat them, but then you hear her mother on the jail calls, and the mother is like a total enabler. It doesn't sound at all like that. Everything she says is like a lie, but then she just kept saying over and over and over and over in the interview, how glad I am that my son is alive, that my ex-husband raised him. Then we find out, according to something that her mother said, that her son is deceased. So I don't know why she started with all these aliases in her 20s and how she ever kept this straight. It doesn't make sense. I think it was in here. Let's see. Craziness. I don't. And then she was only there for 2 months. Like, Could this be the only person she ever killed in all of this? I don't think so. Nobody else? Okay, let's see what this one is. Is this her aliases? In-house processing, let's see. This is stuff they took out of Joleen's car. But let me see if her aliases are in this one. So crazy. You just can't even believe how many aliases this lady had. Hold on, I don't think that's going to be there. No objection. And then she had all this God stuff too, which does not make sense, right? She had all this God stuff, and then if you listen to these conversations that she had in the car, it's like all about God. And it's like that, but then she kills somebody? Oh, and she has these cat videos, yeah. These cat videos on her phone. I can show them to you. They're crazy. These are from, I don't know when did it say they were from? What does that say? Step 3, drawer count. Step 2, print, credit card. Jimmy G. I guess she took a picture of her. Vicky. Somebody went over here and just wrote like crazy on all this stuff. A humble spirit. Jesus authority. Satan stealing the world's trials. That's what I mean, like, I don't understand. Seems like we're just, they're repeating what these. This can't be the one that had the aliases. Let me go in here. Maybe it's this one. No objection. I think it is this one because this is her arrest. Paper bag containing a blue sleeping mat. Yeah, this was in there. 4 Seat Summit blow-up pillows. These were in her car. Blue sandals, carabiner with lock, hair ties, 2 black workout gloves, empty plastic Ziploc bag, 1 tube of permethrin cream, a card from the Christian Motorcycle Club, Altoids container with band-aids, hairpins, glass jar with unknown white powder in it, razor blade and razor, nail clippers, toothbrush, toothpaste, dental floss, Ziploc bag with Wednesday on it containing clothes, partial roll of brown paper towels, conditioning balm, Suave shampoo, 3/4 full, Suave conditioner, Miracle Milk. Wow, she uses that Miracle Milk. Okay. What does this say? Advertisement when she didn't meet up with the father to pick them up and wasn't answering. Oh, that's the thing. Ann Johnson. Well, that's when she reported her daughter missing. Okay. And it wasn't that one. I think it was the final section here. Let's see. It has to be this final. Here it is. Here it is. Here's her aliases. Okay. How do you have this many aliases? Kimberly L. Kessler, Christina Melissa Brooke, also spelled Melissa, Christina Young, Pamela Kleiber, Melissa McKinnon, Melissa Lousy, Losi, however you want to say that, Jennifer Marie Seibert, that's what she was, Mia Stone, Jennifer Stone, Jen Lee Seibert Allen, Jennifer Sebring, Jennifer Marie Allen, Marie Seibert Stone. How could you keep all of this clear? Krista Brooks, Pam Cleaver spelled like that, Pamela Jean Kleiber, Jen Seaver Allen, Jenny Sieber, Nina Gauss, Wilmington, North Carolina, Charlene K. Dotson, Phoenix, Arizona, Melissa J. Brooks, Mission, Kansas, Jen Marie Stone, Jacksonville job application, Marie Seibert, Crystal Whiteside, Lemon, Virginia Beach, and all the places she lived. How are you doing this? And this is about her mother that would never speak to them. Okay, so let's get another high school person on the line here and listen to this crap, okay? Let's see. Who should we listen to next? I think we listened to the one high school friend. That was the first one. It was 19. So this is another high school friend. It looks like Ray Wyant. Hopefully you can hear that.
Hello.
Hi, I'm trying to reach Ray Sting.
Yes, this is him. It's sort of a fake alias.
Is it?
Fake
I
alias.
had a crazy accent one time.
Crazy
I
X.
think you can still see my stuff, though. How are you doing?
I am good. We got your name, and someone, I guess from high school or something, had said that there's some comments on Facebook, and we were reading them. And what can you tell me about Kimberly Kessler, Jennifer Seibert, Mia Stone, whatever? I'm not even sure what you know her by.
Yeah, I went to high school with her. She was a grade ahead of me, and she graduated with my brother.
Uh-huh.
My brother's name is Butch Wyant. Well, anyway, Zach, I'm not sure if it was whenever they got out of high school. They were, I think, living together.
Who was?
Her and her brother. I'm not sure if they were living together, but I know that she ended up getting pissed off at him, okay?
Okay.
And she said, I'll get even with you, and she waited for him to fall asleep, and she hit him over the mouth with a baseball bat, and basically just blew all his teeth right out.
Was this after his motorcycle accident, or before, or what?
I didn't know about the motorcycle. Who was the motorcycle accident with?
I was told it was with someone named Frederick Waldeck.
Waldeck. Yeah, I believe. Excuse me. This would have been after that, I would say.
Do you know if he was, like, down where he couldn't move from the accident, or was he just happened to be asleep?
She's got this mixed up, and I know more than her.
What happened there was, from what I understand, was he was on the back of a motorcycle, and Fred was driving the motorcycle, and there was
I thought the girl told her that it was Jennifer's brother that was on the back of the motorcycle. I think she's got this mixed up.
construction on a little bridge that they closed the bridge down, but they didn't really have proper signs. They just parked the dump truck in front of the bridge while they were riding the dirt bikes at night.
do with the whole thing.
Really?
Yeah, I guess he said he hasn't talked to his sister in years.
Yeah, well, you think that if she would have alienated herself from the family, they would just pretty much cooperate and be concerned about her, or, you know, or tell you more. You know, I would think. I tell you the truth, by looking at the pictures, I'm pretty much glued to this story.
Yeah, it's
But
it's
her
gonna
thing,
get.
that looks like, I mean, I watch a lot of forensic files, but it looks like she was kind of torn up, like she might have been going through Jaggers or something, or, you know, like, or, I mean, another missing girl. I mean, could there have been an altercation where they were both scratching at each other? I mean, I would think that because, you know, with her saying that she wanted to get away from her relationship, I mean, people, come on.
Yeah.
I don't know how much money people have in the bank or whatever, but I don't think that she was really killing it with money and to run to all these different states and stuff, unless she.
Yeah.
You know.
What was who is this person she's supposedly running from that she tells everybody about?
I have no idea.
Okay. Do you know who she dated in high school?
No,
These people are in their fifth. Can you imagine getting a call right now and someone asking you about people you went to high school with? Now, I mean, I can't. You know who they dated in high school? What?
pretty much, I think she was just one of them kind of chicks that I mean, she was like literally smoking hot back in the day, and I just think people just sensed that there was something just like she could go off the wall at any minute, you know.
Did she have a drug problem, or was she kind of good
I
at
could not answer that. I don't know.
Okay.
Like I said, it's been years, but Bob told me, I mean, right from the horse's mouth, Bob, her brother, that he, man, how do you keep your teeth so nice and white like that? Well, my sister knocked my teeth out with the baseball bat while I was sleeping. I'm like, oh my God.
Oh, it is his sister. Okay.
Wasn't he mad? I mean, I don't get that part. Like, is that what caused their relationship to fall apart, or what caused
No.
her?
This is her brother talking about when they got hit over the face with the ball bat.
Yeah, okay. This guy was very, he was not clear because he said that she got in a relationship with his brother, and then he started talking about that she hit somebody, said, I'm going to get back at you, and hit them in the mouth with a baseball bat and took out all their teeth, and made it sound like it was his brother, but it was her brother.
Right. So
Yeah.
they still had a relationship after she did that to him? Like a brother-sister relationship?
Oh, yeah. I don't know. I can't answer that. I mean, I just saw Bob in a bar, and he told me that, and I said I'd pretty much go ballistic if somebody would do that to me, whether it's a lover or a friend. You know, I think
Yeah.
people don't do that to people. You know?
Yeah.
That's really basically, I mean, all I can really tell you about it.
Was there ever an issue between him and his sister?
Not that I know of.
Okay. What about?
Like I said, I mean, yeah,
Really, Linda? You'd be the person for them to call. I mean, you remember everything, all about everyone? Really? Well, that's great.
I graduated with Bob, but, you know, when you get out of high school, everybody just goes to separate ways and stuff. Like I said, I saw him, and he told me about, you know, at least this is what my memory brain's telling me. I believe that we were out of high school after this happened.
Wait a
You
minute.
know,
About what year was that?
see, I'm not sure actually when that happened or how, you know, how far previous he put the ball back.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I didn't ask him. I don't think I asked him how long ago it happened or anything like that. It wasn't really a conversation like that. But I just think it's really weird that she goes and she gets in Grove, Pennsylvania. She goes to a cemetery or whatever. Name or something.
Yeah, it's not normal, huh?
No.
And you said you didn't know of any boyfriends or anybody that she dated?
No. Did you talk to Tom Sims?
I haven't yet. Did he date her?
I don't know if he dated her or not, but there was a comment on Facebook about how she stabbed him in the leg. I texted him.
Yeah, we're interested in that.
Yeah,
I can't believe all these people already know about, like, that she's been arrested, and they're like, I can't stop following this case, yada, yada, yada.
Did you get something from Nassau County FBI or, I don't know, kind of crime lab or something trying to get a hold of you? Yeah, he did. And I noticed that, he hasn't commented on as to why she stabbed him or anything like that. Like I said, I'm sure you're probably trying to find as many answers as you can, but,
Yeah.
so, yeah, that just looks fucking bad whenever, you're driving around a missing person's vehicle.
Yeah, right?
Did you get any credit cards from that girl or anything?
Not that I know of, no.
Huh.
There was a comment on there about Bobby's son lives in the area with his wife, and she gets her hair done. Who is that they're talking about?
Up here in PA?
No, let me see, I have it here. It says, hold on.
So Bob Kessler has a son.
Well, yeah, it says Greg Simpson put, keeps getting better. I just talked to Bobby, and his stepson lives in the same town with his wife and has her hair done there.
You're talking about up here in Pennsylvania, right?
No, I guess down here, because that's where she does hair at, is in Florida.
Oh. You're talking about Robert Kessler, her brother.
Yeah, Greg Simpson wrote,
Greg
he just
Simpson.
talked to Bobby, and Bobby's stepson lives in the same town. His wife gets her hair done at that salon.
Yeah, that's just it.
Do you know who Bobby's stepson would be?
I would imagine Bob Kessler, the guy that I graduated with in '87,
Mm-hmm.
still lives up here. Now, whether his stepson, I never knew that he had kids. I think he may have. But for them to move down there to Florida, pretty close to where this all came up missing, I would say it would be, I don't know. It's really, I don't, maybe it's construing it. I don't know.
Are you guys
Do you
listening
know if
to
she
this?
ever had any kind of mental issues growing up, or did she just seem like every other person?
Seem like every other person, I guess. But as far as mental issues, I wouldn't know. I still can't believe that her family doesn't want to know more about this or what even more.
Yeah.
Of course, it is her family members. They're incarcerated, but
Yeah. Well, is there anybody else who has more information on her, you think, that you know of, besides Tom?
Okay, Linda.
I mean, what we do is go into the North High School yearbook, okay, that's KNOCH,
Uh-huh.
and you can possibly look for people that graduated in 1986, find out if they're deceased or whatever, and maybe, like I said, this girl's been off the grid since 2006, and, you can maybe try to find one of her friends from back in the day or something like that.
How about, have you ever heard of Wayne Bartley or Tim Bartley?
Yes, I have.
Do you know anything about her being friends with those two guys?
I actually was in kind of like a garage band with Tim Bartley.
Garage band.
I think that he was starting to do drugs, but basically kind of stayed away from it because I felt like he was a bit of an asshole or could be a problem. And never knew that she had dated him.
I'm not really sure if she did or not. But Tim Bartley, he was married to a girl named Grace, right?
Grace. I I think, yeah, he was married, but I don't really try to delve into people's business too much.
Okay.
Talking.
I had just heard that she had died or something. I was just curious what happened to her.
Oh, yeah, I don't know.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll keep calling around then.
Okay, have you, I mean, are you in contact with the police and everything up there, like, as to why, she would come up with, somebody else's name?
Yeah, we're in contact with them and trying to get whatever information we can share back and forth.
Well, the vehicle that she was driving, they did forensics on it. Didn't find any blood in the vehicle or anything.
Sir?
I mean, I probably can't answer these questions,
Yeah, I can't. I'm sorry, but it'll all be out eventually.
Okay, yeah, I would say, Grand Theft Auto, that's like 10 years to think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hope you find something, man.
I do too. Thank you so much.
All right, you're welcome. Bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye.
Okay, so that was that guy. Now, I think she's got Wayne Bartlett now. Hold on a minute. We gotta get Wayne Bartlett on the, pretty sure that's who's, yeah. Wayne Bartlett's mother, maybe?
Okay, are you related to a Wayne Bartlett?
Yes.
Is he around where I can speak to him?
Why do you want to speak to him?
It's in reference to a case that I'm working, and his name was brought up.
I can't imagine. There's a Wayne Bartley Jr. and there's Wayne Bartley Sr. who passed away.
It's going to be the junior.
Oh. Well, the junior, how could this be in Florida?
Is this his mother?
No, this is his stepmother.
She sounds like a little
He
child.
lives in Pennsylvania. I haven't seen him in years.
Do you have a phone number for him?
Yes, I probably could get it. I have to go upstairs.
She sounds so
I'm
little.
gonna have to lay this phone down and pick up upstairs.
Okay.
Wait a minute, it's on my cell phone.
Okay.
Oh shoot, don't have my cell phone yet. It's out in the car, so just let me lay the phone down.
Okay, I'll wait for you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Let me speed it ahead. I don't know how long she's going to take. Oh, you guys are welcome.
It was Wayne Bartley Jr.
Well, it may be, it's just someone he may know, and I need to ask him some questions about this person.
Okay, because I don't think he's even probably been in Florida since maybe he was a kid.
Right.
Went on vacation with his parents or something.
Right. It doesn't have to do with Florida. It's someone who used to live in Pennsylvania.
Oh, okay. All right, let me see. Okay. Oh, Bartley, no. I don't think I might have it. Hold on. At the funeral, and that's the last I've seen him.
Did you ever know of anybody named Kimberly Kessler?
Oh, no. I don't even remember them mentioning. Let's see, Kim Bartley. Now I have,
Okay, no problem.
but this one I have is 724.
You're welcome, Laura.
Hi, you've reached Wayne at 724-713.
So, she-
Okay, are you related to a Wayne Bartley?
uh-oh.
Yes.
Okay, so now that was the, okay, that one didn't go through for them, so let's see. I mean, it didn't, she got the machine on that, so let's see what the next one is.
I spoke to Ray, and we have, hold on. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
I have to have to write some stuff down while I'm speaking to you. So I spoke to Ray, I spoke to a couple other people from high school, and we saw your name on a couple of posts. How did you know Kimberly Kessler?
When she was here behind me at school, and then we dated and lived together for a while.
You did live together. What year was that?
It's been a long time. I'm gonna 91 and 92.
Okay. What city was that in?
It was in Butler, South Butler,
Okay.
Pennsylvania.
Can you tell me some more about her?
Well, that's like what? She's got a handful. Like,
What? I saw something about stabbing you in the leg. Can you tell me about that?
no, she stabbed me in the chest. She bit my dad in the leg.
She bit your dad in the leg,
Yes.
Oh my
and
gosh.
she stabbed you in the chest.
Yeah, it was the day after she hit me with a, the iron piece off the gas stove. Paneling.
What?
I'm sorry, you're cutting out. The what?
The piece, on a gas stove,
Mm-hmm.
where you set the pan on, I don't know what it's called.
Okay.
She grabbed one of them and hit me across the side of the head with it, and then she got me with a steak knife.
Okay, wait. Did you hear what he just said? She grabbed the grate, I guess it is, off a gas stove and hit him across the head with it. And then she grabbed a steak knife and stabbed him in the chest, and she bit his father in the leg.
She tried to file a PFA against me. The state police kind of laughed at her. They took me out of there and said, we got to get you away from her. Took me to my parents' house. And the sheriff came down and he said, we're not filing a PFA against you. We told her to stay away. And they came down and, she came down and I had left and she had come down because I guess she was pissed because they wouldn't file any charges against me. And my dad would throw her off the property and she went after him and she bit into his leg. Put one hell of a mark on his leg.
Was that a normal thing for her, like acting out and being violent?
One hell of a mark on his father's leg.
Yeah. We went to a party one night and she saw a girl that she didn't like and just right in the middle of the party started throwing hands, and that's when I knew I was done, and it took a while to get away from her.
Okay. Who was the girl, do you know?
Right offhand, I can't remember her name.
Okay.
It's been so many years.
What was that address y'all were living together at?
I know it was on Pittsburgh Road, but I couldn't tell you the address.
Okay.
Penn Township.
And that was in Butler?
Yeah, it's Penn Township in Butler County.
Okay. What else? You know we have her here on. She's our main person of interest for a homicide.
Yes, I'm not surprised.
And we're looking for any type of behavior she may have displayed before. If she's ever talked about it.
I'm sure they told you about hitting her brother.
Yeah, was that actually true? She hit him in the mouth?
Yes. Her reasoning behind it was her dad had passed away, and her brother was living at their childhood home because the mother and the father had already split up.
Okay.
And before he had passed, and he was having parties down there and having all his friends
was their relationship after that?
Oh, there was no relationship after that. Absolutely none.
What, did she have an anger towards him prior to that?
Yeah, she had an anger towards him and her mother.
It's his cell reception pudding. And hi, Rich. How are you?
She loved her little sister.
She loved her little sister.
Her little sister Sarah, but she hated her mother. She hated her brother.
What?
She like her dad, and
She hated her mother and her brother, or like the dad,
Yeah.
you said? What was the problem with that, with her mom and brother?
I think her mother was a lot like her and put her dad through hell. I think it was passed down to her from her mother the way she is. And she watched all that go on but didn't realize that she was insane.
Okay.
I'm not a psychiatrist, but I just think that's what the main issue was. Because I get, from what I know from people that grew up around them, that her mother was the same as she is now.
Okay. Because speaking to her mom, she sounds so different. I mean, maybe she's changed over the years, but...
Well, Kim can be the most charming person in the world.
Okay.
You know, she can pull it off. She can be the most charming, lovable person ever.
He said that Kim can be the most charming, lovable person ever, but she's a lot like her mother, he thinks. He's not a psychiatrist, but her mother would hit and stuff just like she does now, and she doesn't realize it. And then she said, the investigator said, well, I talked to her mother. Her mother doesn't sound like that on the phone. And then she said, well, and then that's when he said, Kim can be the most charming person.
And just snap.
And then just snap.
What usually makes her snap?
She snapped on me because she had a bad dream that I was cheating on her.
Would you say she's a jealous person?
Yeah. I feel she has major insecurities.
Did she ever talk about anything in her childhood that caused her to be like that?
No, she was a daddy's girl that couldn't get along with her mom.
Was she violent towards you when she had the bad dream that you were cheating on her?
Yeah.
That night, no. She threw away about everything I owned.
Threw away everything he owned.
Do you know why her dad and mom split up? Is there a problem with the cheating, or was there...
It was just her mother, was crazy also.
Were you with her whenever her dad passed away, or was that prior to y'all?
No, I knew her. I knew her then, but I wasn't with her until a couple months after her dad passed.
What were the circumstances to her dad passing?
He had a heart attack.
Is that what she said?
Yeah, she said she found him in the bed. He didn't get up to work. He was young. I think he's only in his 40s.
Yeah. Now, I've been told that she and her brother and dad lived together, but the mom had Sarah and lived somewhere else.
Yes.
Why did she do that? Why did they separate like that?
I'm not sure. I think that Sarah was young and the Bobby and Kim were adults at that time.
Okay.
Yes, 17, 18, 19 years old.
All right.
I'm gonna tell you this. She had quite a few speeding tickets,
Mm-hmm.
and she had her license suspended. And we went down to see her father's grave. But the reason go see her father's grave, she wanted to walk around and look for girls around her age that died.
Mhm.
To get their
that
names.
was back in 1991, probably. So she was planning on this to change her name and go for a long, long time.
What was her point in changing her name, though?
She wanted to get her driver's license back. She couldn't stand on driving, and I told her, every common bummer, no.
Okay.
How do you think you're going to get away with it? She's like, well, I'll just go somewhere else.
Were you with her when she picked out the first name?
No.
What name did you know her by?
Kim.
Okay. Do you have a picture of her?
No, not that I know of. I think I got rid of all that stuff. I met my wife in '93, and I've been together ever since.
Yes.
Raised 3 kids, and
Okay. So when y'all broke up, what was the reason for breaking up?
I just kept trying to get away from her. And then after she hit me with the iron thing off the gas stove and stabbed me, and I was done.
Yeah, that would be enough, right?
Yeah, when she stabbed me, I got lucky. She hit a rib.
She hit a rib.
I still have the scar.
What's that?
I still have the scar.
Oh my God.
I didn't press any charges or anything. I told the police, I said, I just want her away from me. I'm done. It's basically a surface wound, and I just want her gone. And then it was like, I believe a couple days after that, she took off and went to Arizona.
Okay. When was the last time you heard from her?
At this time, she's 50 years old. Now she's 58.
Probably where 92, 93.
Okay.
And she had been to Arizona and then to Virginia. And then I had a guy calling me from Virginia. God, I don't remember his name, but he was looking for her. I guess he stole a bunch of his stuff. And he said she said it was because he was trying to rape her or something.
Yeah.
So she stole all the stuff to get money to get home.
Huh. You don't remember his name?
Oh, no, it's been so many years.
Okay.
He called me looking for her, and they had a warrant out for arrest, I guess, at that time, for stealing everything. She come back to PA, and then I never heard from her again. She said she was living in Pittsburgh at her grandmother's, and she was working as a dancer.
A dancer.
Really?
Yeah.
Tiny dancer.
Not a ballerina either.
Yeah,
Not a ballerina. she was a topless dancer. She said that in the
So
interview.
you received a call from a guy from Arizona, you said?
No, this guy was from Virginia.
From Virginia, saying that she had stolen a bunch of his stuff.
Yeah, and this might be, I don't know if this is important or not, but we had a cat.
Mm-hmm.
His name was Malcolm, and that cat and I were very attached. And I'm not even a cat person, but he's just the greatest cat in the world. Well, she took him, and then when she came back, I asked her, where's my cat? And she's like, well, I couldn't take him with me, so I had to kill him.
Did she say how she did that?
She shot him with a shotgun.
What? Okay. And her reason was because she couldn't take it with her?
Yeah, but she wouldn't give him to me.
When you asked her about why didn't you give them to me? What was her excuse? Did she say anything like that?
She did not have an excuse. She just, no emotion, nothing. She's like, I just killed him. I couldn't take him with me. I shot him with a shotgun over at my dad's house.
Okay.
But I think Glenn had already bought that house at that point, so I don't know what was going on there.
When was that she did that?
Oh, that had to have been 92, because I didn't see her for a while. And then that's when she took off and went to Arizona.
Okay. Anything else like that? Any other odd behaviors?
I've been racking my brain over the last couple of days, and as I look back on it, all of it was odd.
Mm-hmm.
And like I texted the girl back, I said I'm actually surprised that she's just in prison now. I figured she would have been in jail a long, long time ago for something violent.
Yeah. And she's not even in prison yet. Right now she's just in our local jail. Like I said, she's a prime suspect on this case, and we have charges on her just for a grand theft auto right now. But
Yeah, I've been following it just out of pure morbid curiosity.
absolutely, yeah. Did you ever know her by any other name?
No, I only knew her by Kimberly Kessler. Kimberly Kessler, actually.
Okay. Did you know her brother?
He was a couple years behind me in school. I really didn't know him. I knew what he looked like. I don't know if I've ever talked to the kid.
Okay.
Because when they weren't on speaking terms, when we were together, because I guess, because I didn't find out about her hitting him in his sleep until way later in the relationship. I just thought that they just didn't like each other.
Okay. Would you describe Kimberly as a very religious person, or how would you?
No, not religious.
Was she the opposite?
No, she didn't. She wasn't anti-religion. She just didn't. I don't think she practiced.
She never spoke about it, really?
No, not really.
That's true. She did. No, she got very.
How about her mother?
I couldn't tell you.
You never met her before, or just?
Oh yeah, I've met her, but I've never. But Kim and her didn't get along, so it was kind of. It was just quick meetings, talked a few times. After she had went to Arizona, her mother stopped in. I was waiting tables at that time. I was young, and her mother stopped in where I worked, and her little sister, and we talked for a couple minutes. That was about it.
Okay. What? So you were waiting tables in Arizona. Was Kim?
No, here.
Oh, in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Okay. Was Kim
Yeah, but-
waiting tables with you?
No, she didn't work there.
Where was she working at the time?
Oh, she was job to job,
Jobs.
waiting tables at different restaurants. She would work a place for a month, and she couldn't get along with somebody. They were jerks. There was always a reason.
But she didn't kill anybody.
What was her relationship with females usually?
She really didn't have any female friends.
Okay. Do you know who she dated before you? Wayne?
Yeah, I think his name was Wayne. I'm trying to think of his last name.
If I said the name, would you recognize it?
Yeah,
Would it be Wayne Bartley?
that's it.
Okay. What did she say about him?
Not a lot. She said she was dating Wayne
Okay.
prior to me. Well, you're pretty thorough.
Sorry. Just trying to get any information we can. I know it's a long time ago. I'm just hoping something triggers where you're like, oh yeah, let me tell you about this. So, you know. Did she ever did she ever talk about anybody being violent towards her, somebody she was hiding from? Which I guess is her excuse for everything. She's always hiding from someone, you know.
I think there was probably violence in every one of her relationships, I guess.
Okay. All right.
To tell you the truth, I don't know if she was violent with Wayne, but she probably was.
It seems to be the consistent thing I keep hearing. the what's it called? The common denominator, anyway.
Yes. She had me arrested for, well, they took me out. I was never formally charged with anything. I think the police took me out of there just to get me out of there
Mm-hmm.
because she started hitting me, and I grabbed the wrists to keep her from hitting me.
Mm.
And they're like, oh, she's got bruises on her wrists. We got to take you out of here. But then they never put me in a jail cell or anything. They let me sit at a desk, and they said, you call one of your sisters or something to come get you.
Very nice.
And that was it. I think they just wanted to get me out of there. But they saw that I had marks on me, and all she had was bruises on her wrists.
Yeah, that seems to be like consistent with everybody else too. Well, this is my direct number. If you think of anything else, or you find a picture, or something you might want to just relate to, it's like even the cat thing. Even though it may not seem something big to you, it may matter later. Just give us a call, or you can send a message back on that Facebook. Or if you talk to anybody else who may remember something, just give them our number if you don't mind.
Okay.
Okay?
Well, get something, make it stick, keep her in there.
We're trying to.
I don't think this she ever needs to be out. And
I agree with you.
I think you're going to find out that there's a lot more in the last 20 years that nobody knows about. It's just a hunch. It's a gut feeling.
I'm going to have to agree with you on that, too. So, like I said, if you run across anything, just please give us a call so we can try to build a good case on everything.
Okay.
Okay, thank you so much.
Sure.
Yeah, I agree. I think she was even thinking, how did her father die, you know? Okay, let's see here.
July 20th, 11:50 a.m. Calling William or Donna Dunn, who terminated a lease due to her behavior with neighbors.
Uh-oh.
phone call at 904.
Okay, so that one didn't answer. Let's see what we have next.
Okay, July 20th, 11:51. Calling Hank Kessler,
Family member. Who's Hank?
724-935-0357.
I don't think they're going to answer either.
You have some?
They're not answering. Nope. They're not answering. Let's see.
All right, 7:20 at 11:52. Calling Karen Sudak, possibly the aunt of Kim. 724-799-8362.
She's not going to talk either.
Thank you. I need to call Wayne Bartley too. Try him again.
This one doesn't answer either. Now Wayne Bartley. Let's see.
Okay. 724-713. Take that moment back.
Might be working. I saw him at night.
Mm-hmm. Or he's heard some people around there.
Hi, you've reached Wayne at 724-713.
Oh, come on, Wayne.
Or Tim. And you, no, ma'am.
Well, I can give you the address.
Okay.
A minute.
She got that lady again. Oh my gosh.
Are you spelling it like a elementary school?
Right?
Okay.
Apartment 3.
And we have somebody in our jail who he's probably familiar with, and we need to speak to him about this person.
Yeah.
That's why we keep calling.
Yeah.
So if you talk to him, please tell him it's very important to call us back.
All right. Well, what's your number? Oh, I guess it's on my phone.
Oh my gosh.
Investigation.
Hello, my name is Bill Dunn, and I got a phone call from this number a little bit ago.
Yes.
Sure why.
Yes, sir. This is Detective Rose. I work in Nassau County Sheriff's Office, which is between Jacksonville, Florida, and Georgia. And we're working a case. We have somebody in our jail right now who's a prime suspect for a homicide. The person, she has different aliases, and one of the aliases that she went by was Jennifer Seibert. She was I guess, yeah.
Okay, hang on.
Okay.
Hang
I know I got your attention.
Now you got my attention. Back up. Let's start this conversation again.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay, so we have a Jennifer Seibert who leased a place from y'all, I guess?
For a year.
Yeah.
Okay, and her real name...
And you, tell me your name.
Detective Rose, R-O-S-E.
Yeah.
It's Nassau County Sheriff's Office.
Okay.
Okay, so we had somebody who was missing in our county. Jennifer is a co-worker of hers. We have every reason to believe that Jennifer is involved with the
missing person.
Homicide.
I see.
And
The body has not been found, apparently.
Correct.
no, sir.
Okay. Sorry. Go ahead.
So, you know, we've been to the landfills, we've done a lot of things, but now we're trying to get more information about her. So we found out that she has about 18 to 20 aliases, and one of them was a Jennifer Cyber. In her belongings, we found your information from being, I guess, terminating her lease because of some of her behaviors. And we're just trying to get some information on what you can tell us on her behaviors. And
Yeah. Her behavior was erratic and bizarre.
in what way?
I met her. First of all, I'm a physician at Mayo Clinic.
Okay.
I've been in Rochester, Minnesota. I've been on staff 29 years. Incredible person.
Mhm.
And he has a pre-retirement/retirement project. My wife and I took on some apartment buildings, some nice enough fourplexes here in Rochester,
Mhm.
which is itself a nice town. And she showed up at our church one day
Oh, no.
saying that, you know, she was from out of town, she needed a place to stay. There's a bit of a sad story that we heard, and she said that she, was a credible person, and she was directed to me somehow because we have apartments, and so we gave her an apartment for a while.
Okay.
Her lifestyle was bizarre. She was very seclusive. She had no furniture in her apartment. She would not allow me to give her furniture, that I came up with that was around,
Mhm.
or to help her in any way. She would repeatedly, she had a significant amount of paranoia and delusional mental activity. A friend of mine, I talked with at length about her as a psychiatrist here at Mayo Clinic, and she imagined increasingly that I was out to get her somehow. And I actually went so far as to document a lot of this on paper in terms of what my actions were with her. She struck me as being dangerous, at least reputationally. She was never physically aggressive. She was very accusatory
Mhm.
of me, of bizarre things, including that I was stalking her. She would hear things seemingly outside the apartment building, and she would call the police thinking it was me coming after her. She accused me of going into her apartment when she was not there and urinating on her sleeping bag.
Yeah, we saw that report.
And this was, I would not meet with her without a witness. I would never be with her alone. So I would take my assistant manager or my wife along if we ever had to interact. She was increasingly accusatory of me verbally, and I made it clear this is just simply not going to work. I want you to leave. She agreed that this is not going to work, and that she would leave. And so she videoed me, at the end of things, describing her leaving, and that we would be doing whatever we were going to do with her security deposit. And so she had quite a bit of obvious personality disorder, with some delusional and paranoid components to this in what we observed, and she with the vehemence at which she had convinced herself that I had urinated in her bed, I was concerned. Because she is mentally articulate and, verbally articulate and able to synthesize for herself some kind of cohesive and almost believable storyline. I was concerned she was going to put something in the local paper as a letter to the editor about this animal she had for a landlord. She was, and I've been around. I deal with a lot of people as patients, and seen a lot of dysfunction in the public. And this woman is an extreme.
Mm-hmm. Yes, you're not the first one.
No wonder she was on
told us
YouTube.
some of this stuff. So whatever you say will not surprise us. I promise you.
What about the neighbors?
There was something about the neighbors.
So she's in the jail. She's in
Oh,
jail.
yeah. And we do not want her to get out.
Good.
So we do, like I said, we do have someone who we have reason to believe is dead. There's a homicide, and she was her co-worker, and just been collecting evidence and finding more about her. But you said something that you were concerned about the demons.
The demons.
That I was concerned about. I'm sorry?
Did you say that you were concerned about the demons?
No.
Oh, okay.
I didn't use that word.
I must have misunderstood what you said.
What about her interaction with the neighbors?
What kind of interaction did she have with the neighbors?
When they're complaining?
Well, that's a good question. She told her neighbors that I was urinating in her bed.
Mm-hmm.
I try to stay above the gossip level, so I didn't go and query them exactly. But she was known to the neighbors to be dysfunctional and weird.
Dysfunctional and weird.
These are fourplex apartments, and there were 3 neighbors at the time. And it was that kind of thing. She would act out. She certainly believed these delusions and would tell others in an almost believable way that certain things would happen.
Mm-hmm.
And they quickly figured out that she was not believable.
How about any violent tendencies? Did she have any outbursts with anyone?
No, I don't recall any. I'll check with my wife on that.
Okay.
But I don't recall any. And she was verbally aggressive enough. She would kind of come she would come almost nose to nose
Mm-hmm.
in a physically maybe threatening posture if you were to, to characterize it, but certainly no physical contact.
Okay. Did she have anybody else living with her?
No, very reclusive. There was someone in her past, a man that she talked about that was abusive to her that she left behind.
Yes, always.
Was she being treated for her broken leg?
I'm sorry?
Was she being treated for a broken leg?
For a broken leg?
I don't know. No, I don't think so. I have some notes that I keep on people. I'm sure I have some notes on her. In a couple of different varieties. I have kind of intake notes that I take on an Excel spreadsheet when I get information about people. And I also, then, as things deteriorated, I started taking some notes, and at least of the documents that I would provide her, describing what had to happen.
Would you be able to provide us with a copy of those?
Oh, certainly.
Okay.
Whatever I can do to help is fine.
And she lived there, from your note, from the paper, she had like 2015 and 16?
That sounds about right. I can give you the exact information and copy of the lease and those kinds of things.
Okay. Do you know where she was working at during that time?
Yeah, she was working at Charter.
What is Charter?
Charter is a cable company,
Okay.
cable TV and internet.
Was it customer service or was
I
it?
believe so. Yeah, I believe so. Is that on the phone?
Okay. All right. Do you know where she worked at besides that?
No. I might have something in my notes.
Okay.
Okay.
Hang on, I think I have my laptop here. I can find what you need.
This is a physician at the Mayo Clinic, you guys.
You said that you met her at church.
Yeah.
Was there some odd behavior at church?
Well, she just showed up one day as a visitor from out of town. She had just rolled into town.
Did she say anything during services that was odd?
No, not that I recall.
What
She
church is
she
that?
She didn't end up attending our church.
Okay.
She just showed up. She showed up there. I think in retrospect, or she showed up there to, look for somebody to help her.
Okay. What church was that?
What is her? I'm sorry.
What church is that?
That was Rochester Covenant Church,
Okay.
and we have a different pastor now than was there then.
Okay.
So, I can give you the contact information for that person if you'd like.
Did he have any contact with her, do you know?
I'm sure he met her, and he would have observed what I did to help her.
Okay.
Another individual that would corroborate this story would be my psychiatrist friend who met her and kind of synthesized a little bit of an official assessment. I hate getting it from
Yeah.
like this. They're gonna hate me.
Yeah, but we have got to find out more about her because she's been all over the state. She's in different names. People who have died, she's taken their names, and we don't know what else she's done. So we know what she's here for, but what else has she done?
I'm afraid to say this, but he would be really helpful for you. He could give you some insights and all. I think he would do that for you.
What is his name?
His name is Jerry Richardson. Jerry, Jarry.
Okay.
Richardson. He's a very revered and experienced psychiatrist at the Mayo Clinic.
Okay.
So,
Is he retired now?
No, he's not. He works for a living like I do.
Okay, I understand. Do you have a phone number for him?
Well, I, if you don't mind, let me give him a call first.
I understand.
And then I'll ask him to call you at this number. Does that work?
Yeah, that'd be fine.
Because I know he's seeing patients probably now too. Right? Somehow I have a break in the action right now. So, and I'm pulling up my Dropbox Excel file here as we speak. And Jennifer Sybert's word.
Let me ask you this. I also saw another name on this paper, and it said you and where's that?
Dave Hardy.
Dave Hardy? Who is
Dave
that?
Hardy. Dave Hardy is basically I have two assistant managers in this little business that I got on the side. That one would be Dave Hardy, and the other, Dave is not going to be all that helpful to you because he wouldn't have interacted with her very much because he actually works full time.
Okay.
My other friend, who is an assistant manager, his name is Kent Quackenbush.
Quacking.
Okay.
Now, Kent,
Hi, Amy.
and he goes by Quack.
Okay.
Since he was a boy, now late 60s, very credible guy, and but since a boy, he goes by Quack. So you could call Quack again. I probably should get his permission
I understand.
if you don't mind.
Yes.
But I think he would talk. I think he would talk with you. And
You're leaving, Terry?
he-
Nice,
yeah,
not nice.
I mean, he could easily. He will remember these observations.
Okay. Yeah, they don't happen every day, huh? Being accused of that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Now, did your wife ever have dealings with her, Donna?
Well, yes. I don't. You know, the person that would have dealt with her the most would have been me, and to some extent Quack. Because Quack would be around over there. I mean, he's kind of the maintenance guy.
Okay.
He's retired, and this is his main job in retirement. So my wife Donna would, and you'd be welcome to talk to her if you want.
Okay. I'm just curious how she acted around another female. We've heard different things. So.
Yeah, well, you'd be welcome to talk to her. Yeah.
I'm sure if there was something that stood out there, she would have told you, right?
Oh yeah. I know. There would be no other major high points other than what I've described.
Okay. Well, can I give you my email also?
Sure, and I know I've got this information very, very close by. Apartment renter info. Here we go. Let me just pull up the Excel file. Hopefully I've got everything handy without too much trouble.
That's going to look like that.
Existence right now with too many responsibilities, but I'm driving to Pennsylvania tonight, tomorrow morning from Minnesota, and then back again on Monday.
Okay.
So I'm off next week and I'm pretty available.
Just trying to find out more about her, that's all.
All right. You feel like you have, I mean, this is, you don't have to answer this for long, but I mean, are things coming together for you as far as being able to get adequate amount of credible information?
We're getting good information. We just don't have her body, the missing girl's body.
Yeah.
So that's why we're trying to, get more information from everybody else and collect what evidence we have here and there.
This woman, I mean, I felt professionally threatened by this woman. She was very, very bizarre.
We totally believe it and hear it.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it, Jerry. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, that was
Investigation.
Hello?
that was a doctor at the Mayo Clinic that had rented her an apartment. Now I think the next one, I think he calls back.
Another church in town called Autumn Ridge Church.
She went to Otter Ridge.
Autumn, like the
Season.
winter, spring, autumn.
Season.
Autumn Ridge
Autumn.
Church. She went there and was tapping them somehow for help, and there was an accusation that emerged. I heard this through the grapevine of one of the assistant pastors over there urinating in her bedroom.
She was accusing him of doing it this time?
Yes.
Okay.
So that probably raised, the awareness within their supervisory people somehow. So I would imagine there's more, there's some kind of information there through the people at Autumn Ridge. Now, the senior pastor at Autumn Ridge Church in Rochester, Minnesota, his name is Steele, S-T-E-E-L-E, and Pastor Steele is in the process of retiring and moving, I understand, but I believe he's still in town. And they've just within the last several months, they've had people moving away, what have you, but nonetheless, hopefully he'd be the central figure that could point you in the direction of who is dealing with her and what can be done.
Well, do you have a number for him?
I don't. I can tell you, I can give you the number for the church.
Okay.
Hang on a second.
All right.
is area code 50.
Jennifer Seibert, Pamela Clybert,
These are her aliases.
Melissa McKernan, Christina Brooks. Okay.
No, she was smart enough to be really very shrewd. You know, she wouldn't have disclosed.
Yeah, she's pretty smart. She knows what she's doing.
Pardon me?
She knows what she's doing.
Yeah. Yes, very much so. She's scary smart.
Yeah,
Gary Smart.
I will agree.
Seriously.
I will agree. All right. Well, I appreciate you calling me back, and if you think of anything else, don't hesitate to call.
Yeah, I'll let you know. Okay, I'll talk to Gary, and we'll get.
Okay.
I'm sure it'll be helpful.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay. Then we went through the Tangles photos, and this is something with the inmates. Now I've got to open up my, hold on, I've got to open up my editing program to play these. Hold on a moment. Oh, don't give me a darn oh, here, good. I thought it was going to give me a stupid problem. All right, let me add the media and let's see what these are. Let me grab them all while I'm here. The ones that belong in here. I think there's one other one. Oh, I just passed it. Okay. Open. Open sesame. Hold on, it's loading in here. I'm going to take a second here. Okay.
May 18th, 8:59 at the St. Johns County Sheriff's Office.
Did you hear anything about her from anybody else?
Somebody said that she had federal charges pending and that she was running for like 20 years or something like that. I don't know.
Do you know who said that?
No. I just overheard somebody in the block saying it.
Okay.
This is an inmate.
I observed the demeanor while she was here. I mean, she only like a couple meals.
Yeah, she was very strange. She said she didn't want no food. She just wanted a bottle of water. A bottle of water.
Did she give any of her food away? Did she eat?
Yes, she gave some of it away to a couple of the girls in there.
You don't know who that was or anything? Okay.
Did she say anything about like that she had a mark on her over her eye? Did she say anything about that?
She says she doesn't know how she got it.
She doesn't know how she got it.
Who did she say that to? To the guard that was working today, Misty.
Did she receive any medical treatment that you saw?
Not that I know of.
Not that you know of. But other than that, I mean, she didn't offer why she was here or anything that you know of.
Mm-hmm.
So you just didn't, you had your own little clique that you just stuck to?
Yeah, I'm fixing to be leaving, so I kind of don't talk to anybody.
I gotcha. Did she hang out primarily by herself? I know
Yes.
she was here for a short time. Nobody communicated with her or anything like
A
that?
little bit, but she pretty much stayed to herself, didn't really talk at all.
Okay. Did she use the phone or anything?
I don't think so, but I don't know.
Okay. All right.
All right. That's it. Okay. Thank you. You're welcome.
Yes.
I'm gonna, now my ear is ringing because of that. I don't know why they have all this.
Misty Pennington.
Oh, there's another one.
Misty what? Pennington.
Misty Pennington.
How are you doing?
Good.
Do you recognize her?
Yeah, she was in there with us.
Did she seem off or talk to you or
Yeah, she's on. She's definitely on.
did she call anybody? Did she talk to you?
Yeah, she said that she was like been on for 25 years or something like that.
Okay. She didn't say anything that was like concerning to you or
Well, she wouldn't eat. She said she's not going to eat anything. She like read the Bible from front to back. I mean, it's not weird, but I'm just saying.
she read it from front to back while she was here? Or
Yeah, the whole time. That's all she did. She didn't eat. She didn't do anything. She didn't. I didn't see her drink anything.
Are the Bibles like the Bibles they have? Did she like have anything to write with? Did she
I don't think so.
write anything down? Did you see her writing or talking on the phone?
I don't know. I don't remember.
Okay.
Did she say why she was in here?
She said she's been living for 25 years. I just thought she was just like out there. Cause she said cause I'm like, when you get work, and she's like, I'm not going to work.
What happened when they said she was gonna leave? When they came in and told her?
They called us name and she didn't recognize her. Like, what's your name again? She's like, they called me by my alias.
What was it? What was her name that she said was?
I don't remember honestly. She came in yesterday. Or maybe the day before. I don't know.
But she did use another.
She was weird. She played
She used another name besides the
Yeah.
Jennifer Marie.
Yeah, I don't remember what it was. She's still she's getting called out by her alias.
Okay.
I don't know. She was like, what's your name again? She's like, oh, something. And then she whispered something and I couldn't hear her because the shot was going. She's like, that's my alias.
That's her alias.
Did you see her talking to anybody like particular?
Oh, well, she even played cards with us, and I don't know, she just had this vibe on her. And I like went back upstairs and finished it. I just like, I just texted all day.
So what you're saying is she creeped you out?
Yeah.
She creeped her out.
Yeah, I mean, like, she was saying weird stuff, and first she was trying to act like she'd never been in jail before, then she was trying to, but then she made really good. I mean, it was just weird. And I don't know, I just went back out and I just, because I usually just text all day anyways. I'm just texting people on the outside all day. So I was like, I'm going back to text. So, yeah, she was kind of strange.
Yeah.
No, that's it. Pretty much, unless you can think of anything else. Kind of like to know where she's been and what she's doing and what she was in here for, but if she didn't say anything.
She said something about, that she's been working for 25 years.
That was it. She didn't say anything else.
Yeah, so she said she's going to federal prison, that's what she said. Something about federal, that's all I know.
Okay.
Alright?
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
No problem.
I think she knows that her time's up. We gotta figure out where she is.
But 25 years ago, you got to have somewhere she picks up his name.
2002, what's that?
2002, so 16 years.
That's when we was so recent. She may not have been before then. 2002. So it could be before that. Yeah.
I don't know these. I'm trying to go ahead.
You're happy?
Detective Rose, and we're here from Nassau County, and we just want to ask you some questions. Nothing to do with why you're in here, but more so along the lines of that one right there.
Really, to be honest with you, she was kind of weird ever since she got there. She didn't eat anything. She was interested in all of our cases and everything we had going on. I don't remember what she said her name was, but when they called cyber, she told me that was one of her aliases. And that was right before she left. And that's all I have. She was in a Bible, but not in the Bible. Like we could tell she was just trying to gather things from us.
So she was like acting like she was reading this thing?
Yeah.
So she was like eavesdropping on you guys?
Basically, yeah. That's how it really felt. Like she had this weird vibe about her. I mean, we all had drug experiences. We talk about different things that had happened in the past. She wants to know all about it. Acting like she didn't know nothing about anything. She talked to one lady who I don't think is here anymore, but told her something about Fed, something about aliases, and so we kind of had a feeling like, and why she'd be moved in the middle of the night. It's not a prison run or another county, because I just came from Duval, so they do this in the morning. So.
Well, and there's a reason why we did it.
Oh, I know.
And there's a reason why we did it. We can't really discuss it, but we're just hoping that we're thinking that she's not a very nice person with all of these.
Did she say anything?
Aliases.
No, she didn't say anything about her cut. We didn't ask any questions. I mean, technically, I got bit in Duval County, and nobody's asked me about mine. Oh yeah, I got bit by a spider and it turned into staff. So, but I mean, we're actually a very small block. So she gave me her tray. She didn't eat nothing for the 3 days she was there.
So she gave you her food?
Me and another lady who was normally homeless, we split it, but she gave up every tray she had. She didn't want to do laundry. She didn't want to do laundry. She told me she was 51 and knows all about this. And I don't know what she meant by that, but I told her you need to eat. I'm not going to take your tray every day, because that was her whole thing. So you can have my tray every day. Honey, you need to eat. I'll help you if you want. I know all about this. I said it first. So I don't know. But like I told her, I'm not going to let nobody eat. I'm starved.
Yeah.
So.
But she said that she had another name. You just don't remember what that was.
I don't. She was very weak when she said that, because we didn't know her name, but we know everybody else's name. So that's why when they were calling cyber to back it up, nobody was replying and responding. So we all, two of us, me and Pennington, kind of looked out, and that's my phone key, by the way. And that's when I went to her and I said, "Is your name Cyber?" They said, "Pack it up." and she slowly packed it up and left. And basically we figured she was either snitching or in trouble. And there's nothing to really snitch on, but middle of the night moves are only so much.
Yeah, she definitely wasn't here long enough to snitch or find anything out. Even though she was like going around with his Bible and just...
The way I look at it though, technically, even if it doesn't help somebody can always try to get on somebody's case. Not all of us are snitches.
Yeah, that's cool. I gotcha.
Crime doesn't pay, but the tip hotline does.
Yeah.
That's what they tell you.
You don't tell us about anything about that. We go on 1,000 of them just...
I can imagine, I really do.
Okay. I think we read these people. Okay, I want to look at Connie. This is her mother, supposedly. Let me see what this is. So hold on, let me get these off here. I think we read these, and they're kind of hard to hear with all that noise. Let's see if her mother says anything.
May 20th, 2018.
My daughter's birthday.
At 10:28 a.m. Phone call with Connie Kessler.
This is her mother.
What's her name? Her name is Connie.
Hello?
Hi, Connie.
Yes.
Hi, this is Detective Rose with the Nassau County Sheriff's Office. Can you hear me okay?
What?
This is Detective Rose with the Nassau County Sheriff's Office. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I'm having a little bit of trouble.
Okay.
You're far away, but you are far away.
Yeah, we're far away from you. Are you in Pennsylvania?
Yes.
Okay. I know you spoke to, I think, Millie, you spoke to another detective yesterday.
Yeah, I was going to call Detective Beasley.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, so you're already kind of familiar with why I'm calling. We do have someone that is claiming to be Kimberly Kessler, and that is your daughter. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. The problem is we're not sure if this is her or not. So I don't want to put you in contact with her yet, because I don't want to get you upset or this person maybe fooling you. So I need to see if I can get a little bit more information just to make sure. When did she leave? Or when did she come up missing? Or what has happened?
The last time I heard from her was in 2004, and it was on an answering machine.
Okay. What did she say back then?
That she'd been having trouble with her boss. And I was up north at the time with my other daughter.
Okay.
And then I couldn't. There was no way to get back in touch with her. So all I could do was wait.
Okay.
Which was a long wait.
Yeah.
And then it wasn't even her fault. We moved. I asked the phone company to forward any phone calls that might have come from Kimberly, and then time went on, and if she ever did try the number again, then, it was disconnected.
Okay. Was there a reason she left? Or, what happened to even have a missing person report?
Because I didn't hear from her.
Okay. Was she living with someone then, or married, or?
No, she wasn't married, and I thought she might have gone back to Virginia. That's where she lost her son. She was having trouble with the father of her son, and she said he was not very nice.
Okay. What was his name?
I'm sorry, what?
What was his name?
I thought it was Tim Edwards, but then Detective Beasley said that he gave me another Evan.
Okay, there's pictures of Kimberly with Evan.
Oh, I should. Why didn't they send that? Such a dip. Oh my God. I do a picture of Kimberly. Where did I send them? Yeah, I have one that actually looks like the picture that he sent me, even though it was blurry. But it's just the thing that most, because I haven't seen her in 20 years, and the thing that it was her hairline. She had her hair pulled off back, so the hairline matches.
I mean, could you tell by her face instead of her hairline?
Yeah, well, like I said, the picture was blurry and everything.
Okay.
Her eyes look so dark.
What color are her eyes?
They're blue. They're dark blue.
Okay.
So, do you want me to send you a picture of her nude?
Yes, ma'am. Can you send us a text?
Hello, Sassy.
Okay, it's 904 583 9341.
This is her mother on the phone.
904 583 9341.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
And you said that she lost her son. What did you mean by that?
For some reason, she was working at the time, and Evan was in a little daycare.
Where was she working?
I actually don't know where she's working at the time.
Hi, Pet Nanny.
Okay.
She said one day that a CPS worker was knocking on her door, and she let her in and was talking to her, and I don't know what the conversation was or what went on, but apparently, I said 8 days later, or 2 weeks later, they took Evan out of the daycare.
Okay.
And that's what started the whole, it's just a crazy whirlwind of, I kind of suspected that it had something to do with him, because she said that they had an argument one day, and she was holding Evan, he was real tiny, and the boyfriend he was mad about something that was going to slam her head and the baby's head together. So,
was it a boyfriend or a husband?
a boyfriend, the father of
Okay.
Evan's father. I think he was a bit younger. I'm not sure how much younger, but
Okay.
it was just horrendous trying to get Evan back.
So did she ever get him back?
No, she said the police started, everybody was trying, it seemed like everybody was trying to find fault with her, and she ended up coming back home, and her boyfriend, the last thing that happened was the boyfriend called her and told her that Evan had died in foster care.
Is there a record of that? Do you know?
Well, Detective Beasley said he was talking to her and said that she found out that Evan wasn't dead. But I never believed he was dead. I didn't want to believe that. But
Yeah.
he just put a child in foster care and then he ended up dead. Because we have I've been looking for a letter for years that I had that was sent to Kimberly by accident by CPS. They sent it to her address, and it wasn't meant to go there. And in the letter, it talks about how Evan was, a very nice little boy. He was healthy, and everything seemed fine with him. And that was the letter she was going to use to get him back, but that didn't work out. Her boyfriend, like I said, called and said that Evan had died.
Okay. Do you remember who the foster, or do you still have that letter, or do you remember who the foster people were, or anything like that?
I believe my other daughter has it, because then she
I don't think, I don't know. We'll see, YouTube monitors. I don't know, but I don't know if her son is alive or dead now. I hope he's alive.
Maddening, and that her and Brian moved a few times, and she can't find it.
Who's Brian?
Oh, Brian is my younger daughter's husband.
Okay, so your daughter and Brian moved a few times and couldn't find it. Why was her name changed?
Well, I believe that I was thinking that she believed, she seemed, of course, I'm trying not to cry.
I'm sorry. I know it's all overwhelming. We're just trying to put pieces together, and you know a whole lot more than we do, probably.
I believe she didn't want to possibly believe in him.
It's okay. You can take your time. Were there any problems between you and her?
Yeah,
everybody has family problems, you know, but...
Yeah, it's... the police, which you can't imagine what that's like to be talking to a 20-year-old police officer who couldn't care less, doesn't care, and you have to go through your whole life, and he's sitting there looking like he's, barely trying to stay awake. But
and that's what you had to go through before?
The whole damn thing over and over and over and over.
I apologize. Because I do have kids, and I understand, just an empty feeling.
Well, then, of course, I was just, I don't know, when you go through stuff like this, I call it your psychics, which probably sounds ridiculous.
It's okay. Sometimes we get desperate because you love your kids,
Yeah, you just, and she said that Kimberly's nearby, so I always assumed Kimberly was nearby, so I started searching that way, but...
Why do you think she never made contact with you after 2004?
Because... she probably thought, that's what I was thinking, when we moved and the telephone got disconnected, she probably thought we were, we were ignoring her. Who knows, how do you send... When her dad and I broke up, that was just a really big mess.
When you and her dad?
I'm sorry, what?
You said whenever you and her father split up?
Yeah, it was a mess, and kids got caught up in the mess, and he was a good kid her whole life. He was a perfect child.
Where did y'all live at? Okay.
When they did, near Saxonburg.
Where?
Near Saxonburg in Butler County, Pennsylvania.
Okay. Did y'all move anywhere?
Then we visited. Do you want all this information?
Yes, ma'am. We're trying to verify it with her to see if it's the same. Because the person we are looking at, they have other names too, so I don't want...
Yeah, she did can't, like I said, I got off track with the story. She went to visit her dad at a cemetery, and I imagine she didn't believe that Evan was dead either. Yeah, she probably felt like it. She picked the name off of a little girl that died next to her father.
Do you know
Near her father. Jean Cleaver.
Do you have any other names?
Hair color? No, I don't know that. That's just the name that she picked.
What cemetery was that?
It's in Mars.
Mars?
Yeah, I can't think of the name offhand. I can't even fancy my own middle name. I don't think I remember.
Okay. Do you think that she could have gotten other names from there as well?
I don't think you're. I don't know. I don't know that.
Okay. What was her father's name?
Robert Charles.
Robert who?
Charles.
Robert Charles. Kessler?
Yeah, Kessler.
Okay. And do you have her exact date of birth?
May 9th,
Okay.
1968.
Alright. What high school did she graduate from?
They kind of Knox High School, Luxembourg, Pennsylvania.
What was the name of it? I'm sorry.
Knox, Knoch.
Okay. What year? And what year did she graduate? Do you know?
She didn't graduate.
Okay. Do you know if she ever got her GED?
I don't know.
Has she ever had any type of, I'm just thinking with the name changes, was she running from something, or did she ever have any injuries or any mental illness, anything like that?
She actually did have a head injury many years ago when she was at her friend's house and people were up on the roof and somebody had dropped the steel measuring, it's a square, I think it's called kind of shaped like an L. It fell from the roof and hit her in the head, and she had some problems from that, just like pain and headaches and
Was nothing that caused anything mentally?
no. But apparently this is all stemming from Evan.
What's all stemming from Evan? The name changes or what?
Her trying to find Evan. And
I'm confused on the name change in Evan. How would that benefit her?
looking for Evan.
Why would... Okay. Did she have a leg break when she was 6?
Yes.
Okay. All right, hold on one. Ma'am?
Did he tell you that?
No, I saw it on the missing person report. So we're going to try to confirm some things just to see. Because this person's been using a different names, but now she's saying she's Kimberly Kessler, so we're just trying to verify with you. We hate to have to call you, and get you worked up, but it's just information that has to be followed up on, so I do apologize. Okay, hold on 1 second, please. I need some more information on Evan.
Does she have a driver's license?
Yes, ma'am. She does have a driver's license, but it's under a different name. No, ma'am. Is there anything else that you can tell me why she would be trying to hide her identity? Do you ever know of her committing any crimes maybe she was running from? Or is she afraid that a boyfriend's going to... I mean, I'm just trying to figure this out. We're kind of lost on it. Why would she not speak to you and hide her identity? Because I'm going to talk to my mother, you know, if...
Yeah,
I don't understand.
I imagine she felt kind of like she wasn't getting any support from me, and at the time, I didn't know what to do.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know what the heck to do with the...
Was she mad at you?
I imagine she, I don't know, maybe just hurt that, you know, do you have children?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you imagine losing one of them and you don't know where they're at? And say they, you know, you had a child who's pick a guy, you know, and he runs off with the child, and you don't know where the child is, and what would be your, you know, you can almost, if you're a girl and you have children, you can put yourself in the place of someone who's lost a child and their quest to find out where that child is the child dead or alive? Because I didn't believe it either, knowing, because I can't even begin to tell you the whole story of everything that went on, and I can't even, I wouldn't even know most of the story because it happened in Virginia, where Evan was born. But
why did she move to Virginia?
she was in Arizona for a while.
To where?
And then she lived in Arizona.
Why did she move to Arizona?
I don't know. Actually, I don't know why she was so far away. It's funny, my mom was always asking that. Why is she so far away? And Kimberly would ask Granny to come and visit. Granny could never make it. She always was sick. And
What year did she actually move?
to Arizona or Virginia?
Both.
Oh, Arizona was in like in the early 90s.
Okay. And what about Virginia?
The pictures that I sent to Detective Beasley, did he show them to Kimberly?
I have no idea. He's not even in the office today. Sorry, that's why I'm just trying to follow up on some information. What year was Evan born?
March 31st, 1998.
March 31st, 1998?
Yes.
Do you have a middle name for him?
Everett.
Spell it.
E-V-E-R-E-T-T.
Last name.
And do you have a last name?
I think at the time she was using the name Brooke. I didn't know what last name she gave him. I assumed it was her last name since she didn't marry Evan's father. And then when she was planning on, when they took Evan, she used the last name Brooke, but I'm not sure why, because I think she was planning on, she found the foster parent where Evan was, and she was going to take him and run with him, and that didn't work out.
What happened there?
I think they saw her outside. I'm not sure. It was all so crazy and confusing.
Mm-hmm. Do you know where she found him at?
Found Evan?
Yes, ma'am, the foster parents.
Oh, do I know the foster parent where Kimberly found Evan?
Yes, ma'am, or city, state, something like that?
I believe in Virginia Beach.
Okay. You know about what year that was?
It was on July 1999.
Okay. All right. You said that you already sent the photographs?
I sent some to Beasley, and then I think he was going to show Evan.
Okay. Can you send them to the other number I gave you as well? With a picture of her, especially, not just Evan.
Oh, yeah, I should have sent. Yeah, I'm going to send the one. I have one here of her holding Evan.
Okay.
And then I only got a bunch of her holding Evan, actually. But one of the pictures is the face is very similar to the picture that he sent me. So I'll send that.
Okay. I mean, are you able to ID her from her face?
Yeah, like I said, it was kind of blurred. But I recognized her hairline. She had her hair pulled back there.
Do you need to see a different picture? I'm not sure which picture he sent you.
There's two of them, her standing. Even when I zoomed in on it, it was blurry, but I believe it's my daughter. Can you send me another picture? Something more
I'm not sure.
on the face?
Yeah, I'll see if I can get another one.
I think it's Kimberly. I don't see anybody walking around with the same hairline as Kimberly has.
She has kind of a distinct smile and stuff, and you know.
Yeah.
What else was I going to ask you? Has she ever been arrested?
Yeah, years ago in Virginia, she was living in Arizona, and it was supposed to be a job in Virginia, and she drove all that way, and then apparently the guy was a pervert, and the story was that he overheard her saying that, he was a pervert, and he fired her, and she had no place to go, had no money, no place to go, and she was kind of stuck there, and was going to head back to Arizona, but she stole his computer, I believe, and then he arrested her.
Arrested Arizona?
Arrested. And then
What name was that?
I think they dropped the charges.
Do you know what name she was arrested under?
I believe her own name.
Under Kimberly Kessler?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Would this be a good number to contact you again as soon as we find out some more information? Or is there a different number I should call you on?
Yeah. Can you call me on the 72? I have this new number. It's 724-0.
Okay. And actually, I do have another question. She has a brother, right? And a sister?
Yes.
Have they spoken to her?
No.
Okay. How is their relationships? Would they have any idea why she was changing her name or running or?
No. She's estranged from her brother, and her sister was just real young at the time, and she doesn't even really remember.
Okay. Miss Connie, I appreciate you talking to me, and this is my phone number if you need to call back, but I will get back in touch with you and give you an update.
Well, do I just forget about Detective Beasley now? Am I switched?
Yeah, you can call me, that's fine. If I don't answer, you can probably call Detective Beasley. Just use both of those numbers for contact. Okay?
And can I have your name again?
Rose. It's R-O-S-E.
Okay, I'll send a picture to this number.
Okay, not this number. Send it to the 583, the 904-583-9341.
Do you know, does she want to call me, or does she say she'd rather not?
I haven't heard that part yet. I'm kind of out of the loop on that. But I don't want to put this person in contact with you and have them fool you and get you upset if it's not you, if it's not her. Does that make sense? We're waiting for fingerprints. But there's all this information you gave us. We can also see what her story is to see if it matches up. From the pictures, you know, that we had and we showed you, I mean, it appears to be, but we have to have positive identification.
And what exactly would that depend on?
The fingerprints.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. And it does take a while for them to come back. And like I said, she's claiming to be Kimberly Kessler, so. You there? Hello? Hello?
I was just looking through pictures that I wanted to.
Okay. Well, why don't you go ahead and send those to us, and then, like I said, this is my number, and if you have any questions, you can give me a call back, and I'll be back in touch with you as well. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, so let's see who else we have. Molly Cash, and I have another interview with Molly Cash, but I have an interview. Okay, maybe this is. We have this one too. Let's see what this is.
Hey, puppies. Hey, puppy dogs. Hey there.
Oh, gosh.
Cute dogs.
Okay.
Are you Ashley? Molly? Okay, where's... That's Ashley. Okay, okay.
Hollow. Instead.
How are you guys?
Oh, remarkable.
How are you? That's always fun. I'm Wayne Harrington. I'm the Texas Sheriff's Office. Good to meet you, Ashley. I got my recorder on just so you guys know it's easier than me taking notes. Where do you guys want to talk? Let's see.
We probably go out here because this is going to echo really bad.
Okay. You guys got some major work going on.
Oh,
It's okay. I don't need to sit down unless you two. Unless you need to. I'm good.
If she wants to sit, she can sit.
Okay. Didn't you talk to a detective one time before?
Mr. Beasley.
Beasley? Okay. Did he meet with you or just talk to you on the phone?
Talk to me on the phone.
Okay, okay. All right. Well, we want to come out and talk to you in person, you know.
Mr. Beasley, his wife is a doll.
It may not help us at all. You know, that sometimes little things that we don't even realize may turn out to be big things. But
yeah, that's like I told her. I said, I found all that. I went to Woody's.
Yeah. Oh, so you went to Woody's?
Yeah, I got her lunch. I called it in. Then
Okay. So you were the person that got her lunch.
yes.
Okay. That puts another piece. See, that's something I didn't know before. I knew somebody went and got her some lunch, but I didn't know who it was.
That was. I think it was probably 30, 40 minutes after I called it in that I actually went and picked it up.
Okay. Can you just kind of...
Yes, there's 3 parts before this one, YouTube monitors. If you look in the playlist, you'll see them. I have other interviews that are video interviews with her and stuff. You have to go in the other parts.
From what I understand, you had an appointment with Joleen, right, on
Yes.
the 12th?
Yep.
Okay. Can you just kind of go through what happened that day?
We had an appointment, I believe at 1. We got there 12:45-ish.
You got it, huh, Amy? I was going to see how many people.
So she told us to wait.
Okay.
So I said, okay. She got done. We went back. Jennifer was there just walking around.
Did you know Jennifer before?
No.
Okay.
No.
Well,
We
she
met
she
her-
was working there, okay, so like a week or two before, because the day that we went on the 12th was my prom, so that's when we went because I got my extensions. 2 weeks before that, we went because I got my hair dyed, and she was still working there. And like she was really like mysterious. She would look out the windows a lot, and she would just always be walking, like pacing back and forth in the hair salon, and she would never like stay in her station.
You talk about Jennifer, not Jolene, right?
Yes. Jennifer.
Yeah.
How many times have you guys been there to get your hair done? Is that your normal hairdresser or stylist or
yeah.
whatever?
Since Jolene, I've been going to her for about 7 years. She started on the island, but she's been with Tangles for five or 6 years. I think she's been up there at Tangles.
Right.
So ever since she started, I go see her about every 3 months. I go see her, then take her whenever she needs to. Then my mother-in-law sees her about every other month.
So when you first got there was an older lady there that was getting a perm.
Yep.
Jolene, and if I say something wrong, correct me. I'm just repeating what you said. If I screw something up, which sometimes I do, let me know. So Jolene was there, the older lady, and then Jennifer. Was there anybody else there when you got there?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
And after she got done with the perm on the older lady, did the older lady leave, or did she hang out? Or
She
whatever?
hung out for a little bit. She was waiting on a ride, but I
Okay.
guess she can't drive.
Okay.
So Jolene called somebody from the office phone to say that she's done,
Okay.
that you can come get her.
Okay.
I don't know who she called, but it was
Yeah,
probably...
I know there was an older lady that had an appointment there that day, and I think she was even too old. She doesn't drive anymore. Was she like a really old lady?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, she was really old.
Okay.
So she hung out probably 10, 15 minutes waiting on her ride. Then it was only just us 3 for a long time. Another lady came in probably an hour after we got there wanting a gift certificate.
Okay.
We were still working on her hair, and so Jolene asked Jennifer to get the gift certificate out of the bottom drawer. Somewhere in that drawer is the gift certificate, and Jennifer like blew up, like, you can deal with it. Can't fucking find it, in front of this lady.
Okay.
So Jolene asked if we can get excused so she can go find it, help the lady. She did. Lady left. Then we left about
Maybe.
hour lunch. I don't remember what time that was.
So you weren't getting your hair done. You were getting your hair
Yep.
done. Okay.
It was for her prom.
Okay.
I just sit there.
Okay.
I mingle.
I get it. Okay.
Yeah, we were mingling. But we was the only 3 in there until we left. 2:30, 3 o'clock is when we left. And another younger lady, about her age, 18, 19, maybe 20, was coming in to get her hair done.
So before you guys left, somebody else had come in.
Yep, some younger lady, younger girl, probably her. But
Mrs.
no,
Beasley.
we were there,
What was Jolene's mood like that day?
tired.
She was tired.
She was very
She
tired.
said she's been on her feet all that day. She was up to the shop early.
Yeah, she said she had a book appointments booked right after another. That's why I got her lunch.
Oh,
I don't even know when she ate that. Because she didn't even eat it when we was
So
there.
you went over to Woody's, she gave you money, you
Yep.
paid cash? Or
Yep.
you paid with a card or what?
Cash.
Okay.
Because I took the Woody's bag back to the back, the little break room, and put the money inside of the bag.
Okay. Okay.
But yeah, she paid cash.
Did Jolene say anything about any upcoming plans, what she was going to do for the rest of the weekend? anything like that?
She was just excited. Yeah. Her birthday fell on Mother's Day. She was getting her kids, which she was happy about. But no, she didn't have no other plans because the weekend before that was her sister's wedding.
It was Jolene's birthday when she was killed. Nice.
No plans.
And Mother's Day.
As far as I know of, she didn't tell me any. She was just very tired. About when we was leaving, she looked at her phone and it was only at like 8%, so I knew her phone was going to die.
Did Jennifer say anything while you were there? I know you said that she got upset about not being able to find a gift certificate or something.
Whenever we was leaving, she asked.
Complimented my hair.
Yeah, she complimented her hair and asked if Joleen took pictures, and Joleen made the comment, "No, I didn't, because my phone's about to die."
Okay.
So that's the only thing we heard. But she went from Jennifer was pacing back and forth, set up front, went to the back, set up front, went
She
to
would
the back.
walk
She
around the
walked out.
parking lot
Yeah.
and like come back in.
She paced the parking lot.
Do you remember what Jennifer was wearing that day?
She all black.
All
she
black.
had
I mean,
combat
like
boots,
goth
black
lit.
shirt, and she wore the same thing the week before when I got my hair dyed.
She had boots on, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah, combat.
Like you could
combat
hear,
boots.
like she had like a heavy walk when she would walk in the salon, like back and forth.
Yeah, I mean, I know they were black and stuff, but
Right.
not like gothic, like
Like
full
she was
outs.
like straight and black,
Okay.
and she had like her hair in, like a ponytail, like slit.
Yeah.
Anything else that you can think of?
Now, Joleen did say that her and Vicky got in an argument about Jennifer.
Okay.
Because Jennifer, I guess, was like overshadowing. Can you get the dog from eating my carpet?
What is that?
They're digging underneath the door.
Oh.
I knew I heard something. But Joleen said that Joleen was trying to talk to Vicky about Jennifer because Jennifer was just making smart ass comments like, "Oh, did you need help with that?" Because of course she's a newbie.
Right.
And all that. And Joleen was not very happy about that. She wouldn't get out of her bubble, pretty much. And Vicky blew it off like, well, she's new.
So Jolene was telling you about this while while you guys were there. Could Jennifer hear any of this? Or
Jennifer was out. Every time Jolene talked about her, she was out of the building. Yeah. Because she walked out, I don't know where she went, but she was gone for about 5-10 minutes. Jolene made the comment, "Go over there, look at her license. I want to know her last name." Because there's something just odd about her.
And when you're saying look at her license, you mean the cosmetology?
Yep.
Cosmetology license?
Yep, that was hanging up on her thing.
Okay.
So I'm like, okay. She goes, because there's something just weird because she just like
She's never
shows up
heard that
anytime. Jolene says she started wearing wigs when she first started. Then they complimented her on her hair because it was so long. So then she stopped wearing the wigs. But Jolene says she just didn't have a right vibe with her. So she was going to look up her name and figure out what the heck was going on with it.
Right. Did she say where she was going to look it up at or anything?
No, I just told, we didn't even write it down. I just told her what the last name was. So I don't know what she did after we left or if she did with anything with the name.
Did you notice, and if you didn't notice, it's okay, but did Jennifer have any kind of injuries? She have any scratches, any marks, anything?
Not that I can notice.
Okay.
They're eating my carpet again. Now they're eating paper towel.
They're going to have a mess in there. Was there some random, how long you had the puppies?
One of them had for almost a year. The other one I just adopted 2 months ago.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Just a handful.
Yes. They're the reason why we are remodeling. Because they ate the carpets.
Oh my goodness.
Just like what they're doing now.
So, I guess you're not putting carpet back in. You're going to put something else?
Yeah, yeah. That's why the floor is all, yeah.
I get it.
But
Anything
yeah,
else that either one of you guys can think of? And I appreciate you guys taking the time to talk to me. I know, like you said, you've already talked to the detective before, but just like, and maybe, I don't know if you told the detective before that you went and got her.
Yeah, I didn't.
Yeah, because see, I knew somebody.
No, they never found Jolene's body.
Something new today, so talking to you again was, that puts another piece
Well,
of
that's
the
just
puzzle
like
together.
the picture, because I broke my phone, so I'm in the process of transferring all my pictures to my laptop, so I can get a new phone instead of trying to back everything up. So I was going through, and that's when I noticed I took a picture of Christy getting her hair done for prom. And I'm like, oh my God, I didn't even know I had this picture.
And that's what confused me when I first got here. I thought that you were Ashley because you were the person that I saw in the photograph. And they said, and I said, I need to go talk to Ashley, and I had that photograph, and I thought it was you. I didn't realize, so now I got that straight. And I want to make sure before I leave that I've got the correct contact information. It's just name, date of birth, address, and phone number for you guys. Anything else?
Okay.
Leave you a business card. Let me make sure. You guys both live here together, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. And your name, your full name?
Kirsty,
Okay.
S-U-R, one F.
And a good phone number for you. Thanks again for talking to me. Let me give you a card. If something pops in your head, please give me a call. Like I said, little things that, you know, even things that right now I think don't mean anything. You
Yeah.
never know. Later on, it may be something important. So.
And it was just crazy when it all happened, and I'm like, I had to be her. Had to fill in the door.
Well, we're working on it, and again, I appreciate your help. Did you guys have any questions of me before I get out of here? Thanks again for talking to me. I'm going to turn my recorder off. Let me note the date and time. Today's the 18th of June, 2018, and it's now about 20 after 6 p.m.
Okay. Now we got one more of these to listen to in this format.
They think that you're going out to snitch if you leave your cell too many times.
Hey, Miss Cash. My name's Wayne Harrington. We'll shut the door. 'Cause we made sure we're way down here on the end, so nobody can walk by and see us or anything.
And I give you a pen to keep, but they put me in jail. This is Wayne Harrington. He's with the Nassau County Sheriff's Office. He's the one I told you is a friend of mine. This is Kristen. She's with the FBI. First day I ever met her. And I won't tell you any bad FBI jokes, but I told them what you relayed to me and told them that it wasn't, you were just telling me stuff, and I asked you if you minded if I passed it on.
She talks on the phone to herself, not to anyone in particular. And she talks about.
Are you recording? I am. And who are you saying she?
She won't tell us any. The lady won't tell us her name.
Okay.
But she said that this name is from a tombstone of a dead girl. I think she's using Jennifer or something is on the wristband.
Okay.
And she said that it's off of a tombstone. And she said she has 18.
Florida.
That she's 18 different people.
Okay.
It was 14, now it's 18. And she talks and she says that the person, that lady, had her son. And so she had to go and get her son.
And when she says that lady, do you know what lady she's talking about?
The one that's missing in Nassau County.
Okay.
How do you know that?
Because she told us.
Oh, she told you this?
Well, she talks on the phone. She's not telling us, but she talks on the phone very loud and obnoxiously when the phones aren't even cut on.
So what you're telling me, she wasn't relaying to you directly or to another inmate directly. She was just talking on the phone.
Well, not on the phone either.
Well,
She was talking to herself.
But she had the phone handset up and was talking. Okay.
And she told us that she was a hairdresser and she worked with the lady.
Okay.
That's it.
When you said she had her son, what do you mean?
She took her son.
Like she had, I don't know.
Like kidnapped her or something, because the lady was, I don't know if this time she was on the phone or not. We have to probably pull the call, because apparently she was supposedly talking to her mom.
Okay.
And it was yesterday, and she was on the phone, the one all the way on the right-hand side, so it's either 1 or 4.
Okay.
But she was on there, I don't know if she was really on the phone or not, but she was saying that, the lady took her son, like, she found out who had her son, and that was who had her son.
Did she say what she did about it because she had her son or anything like that?
No, but she walks around like the Taliban right now. She has like her head tied up like, you know, like Osama or somebody. And that's how she's walking around right now. And all she does is read her Bible. And yeah, she got into a fight with me when she first got there.
Argument or a fight?
One argument. She got in there and she was just like, well, she said that she was in jail in front of Dina Beach. And I said, there's no jail in front of Dina Beach. I said, it's in Yulee. And she was like, whatever you say, fucking sunshine, I know where the fuck I'm at. I pissed off the wrong people and they were poisoning my food. So yeah, she said that they were poisoning my food and because she pissed off the wrong people and she didn't do nothing wrong. And she's here because the state attorney said that she deserved better treatment than what Nassau County was giving her. And that they were letting them poison her food.
The state attorney was?
She's batshit.
Has to be.
I'm a little off my rocker. I'm not that off my rocker.
When she's on the phone, do you know if she's using, and I know you're saying she's probably not talking to somebody, but do you know if she's using her PIN numbers or any other inmates that she's using their PIN numbers? How many of you guys are housed in that pod?
Between like 40 and like 50. But her roommate is the trustee, Charlie, and that's who she's opened up more to. She told Charlie more about like being in, you know, like working at the hair salon and stuff.
Has Charlie told you anything that she told Charlie?
Just the same things that I already heard. Me and Charlie are like best friends. But Charlie won't talk because Charlie is very scared. Charlie is terrified, and she said the only way
Scared of the police or scared
she's scared of the girl.
Okay.
She said the only way she talked is if they gave her something written that the day she gave them the right information, she'd get out. Charlie's here for like a white collar crime. She like used a credit card. So you know she's not really cut out for like violence and stuff. Yeah, but the lady's starting to talk more, but she's using her number. Nobody is friends with her.
How long ago did she get moved down into your pod?
Yesterday. Yes, maybe the day before. But all she does is she's on the phone non-stop. Yeah, it was the day before. But it's non-stop. Non-stop. She sits on the phone during meals, which our phones get cut off during meals. And she just sits there and talks, because I'm on the phone a lot. And she's always there getting on my nerves, because I have to hear her talking. Yeah.
Anything else you can think of that you heard her say?
No. Well, I know that they've had girls with wires in here before. I do it. Because I sit on the phone a lot, and that's where she comes and that's where she does all her talking.
Okay.
And like I have, you know, like normal bras and stuff, so like it could go in there.
We may need to talk to you, and I'll reach out to Mr. Cascone before I attempt to talk to you. I need to, John.
You never called me Mr. before?
Yeah, I'm recording here, man.
Oh.
I can't call you what I normally call you when we're fixing stuff. You know, at this point in time, I can't say that we're going to get you. I don't want to come in here and tell you to do anything for me. I'm not asking you to listen to anything. I'm not asking you to do anything like that. I do appreciate you reaching out to John and letting him and saying it was okay for him to call me and let me, you know.
We had sick.
What's that?
That lady is sick. Like she's. Yeah.
What kind of questions? Well, first of all, Major, hope you get
No, I mean, I don't know. Anything else? Is there something you think that we should know about that you didn't know?
You know, other than she talked about Georgia. She said something on the phone about going to Georgia. So I don't know why she's going to Georgia. She said she was going to Georgia.
She was going to, or she had been?
She was going to Georgia.
But she's never said anything.
Going to Georgia.
That you heard about what happened to the girl or anything?
Just that the lady had her son.
Lady had her
She
son.
didn't say what she did about it. But she had her son.
Not true.
She's only been there for a while, but like, they talk a lot. So.
And I hope you're not, because I told you not to. Okay.
Well, people already came in and saw me on the news. They already know what I did. Yeah, unfortunately, they put my stupid face all over the news.
That what you're accused of.
Yeah.
This is not, anything we talk about here is not related to your.
We had agreed all that ahead of time. They're not going to ask you about your case or anything else. They just need to track anything they can. They're trying their best.
Well, if I know anything,
You'll see me, and you got to let me know. And if you call the office, just tell Lisa you have to talk to me. You know, this is going wrong, or I'm not having a good day. I need to see John, whatever, and then I'll get here in a day or so.
okay, or I'll just have my dad call, because
Yeah.
JD works for my dad.
Yeah, that's fine.
Any questions for me?
I'm sorry.
Thank you again for coming and talking to me.
Sorry I didn't have more stuff, but
It's okay.
if she
We
tells me
appreciate
anything else,
anything we can do. You know?
I sit on the phone all day, and that's all she does is sit there and talk to herself.
You want to sign these for me?
Yeah.
Everybody deal with me turning the recorder off?
I am if you are.
Okay. So those are those. Okay. so let me just move this. No. Okay. Now, let's go to, YouTube monitors. If you go to the other 3 parts, you'll get a lot more information. I mean, there's a lot in here. But Joleen, from Yulee, Florida, the night before Mother's Day and her birthday, she went missing. Okay, now we're going to go through... what is Carl Anderson interview?
I am present at 4742
Let me get the
May
date.
20th, Sunday. The
May
time
20th.
Approximately 4:15. I am present at 4742 St. Mark. I'm recording our conversation. Do I have your permission to record that?
Yes, you do.
Right. Miss Anderson, you live here at 4742 St. Mark, Port Fernandina Beach, correct?
Yes.
And your telephone number is area code 904-556. Saturday of Shrimp Fest?
Yes.
To the weekend of Shrimp Fest.
Shrimp Fest.
West Marine. Where are you employed, please?
I'm employed at West Marine.
Okay, and what do you do at West Marine?
I'm a sales associate.
How long have you been at West Marine?
Just a few weeks.
And taking you back to the weekend of Shrimp Fest.
Shrimp Fest.
Saturday, you thought was Saturday of Shrimp Fest?
Yes.
Right. You okay? All right. Were you working that day?
Yes, I was.
What do you do at West Marine?
I bring up sales. I'm just learning pretty much everything about the store. I'm in my orientation period, and I'm going to be in charge of the clothing department.
And as part of your duties being in charge of the clothing department, did you come up with a promotion or idea about what attire you would wear at the store?
Well, I suggested to our manager, Chad, that perhaps I could wear one of the outfits that we have for sale so that the people coming into the store could see them on a person. And typically what we do wear, though, is a navy blue golf shirt, collared shirt, which I did have on, and a tennis or golf skirt or shorts I can wear.
All right, and so let me ask you this, Miss Anderson. Did you follow through with that on this particular day? What were you wearing?
On this particular day, I was wearing what Chad had suggested that I wear is a navy collared shirt, a golf shirt, and I had a nice golf or tennis skirt combo on with that shirt.
All right, and on that date, did you encounter a female customer?
Yes, I've encountered many female and male customers on that day, but...
Did one in particular stand out in your mind?
Yes, for sure.
What did she look like?
She was approximately 5, 6, or 8. I did not see her shoes, so she had higher shoes because I was standing behind the counter. But she was taller and larger than me, and I'm 5'4", 135.
You say larger than you, she weighed more.
Yes, perhaps a little stockier, bigger boned, kind of. Yes, maybe around.
Remember anything about her hair?
It was a darker color, and she had it like pulled back in sort of a loose ponytail.
All right. And do you remember anything about her clothing?
Her clothing was black and white. I believe a white top and black shorts or skirt or something on her bottom that was black.
All right. And tell me about the interchange between the two of you.
Well, she started immediately to talk to me, and she said, "Wow, you look really nice. You're really dressed up fancy." But it was not really a particular compliment, I would say. It was a little unusual, kind of oddish demeanor, the way she said that, and I just said, "Oh, well, thank you."
How did it make you feel?
I kind of had like a question mark in my mind, like, whoa, I wonder why she's saying that.
Did it stand out in your mind?
Yes, like no one else in the store really had, said anything to me like that at all.
And you would recognize her if you saw her again?
Yes. Yes, I would.
And at a certain time, I will show you a photograph and ask you if you recognize it.
Okay.
What did she buy, do you know?
She bought a package of zip ties.
Did that strike you as unusual?
I thought to myself, why is she buying these here at West Marine? She wasn't coming in to get any other kind of boating or fishing products or anything to go with them. And I thought to myself, why wouldn't she be buying these at Walmart or Home Depot or somewhere?
She didn't seem like a fishing person type.
Not particularly. I mean, I couldn't really judge her by particularly that way, but no, not really.
Do you remember anything about what type of zip ties these were? By zip ties, she means what we call cable ties, or the things that are used to tie something together and slip it through.
Correct.
You remember what size?
I just remember it was a larger package. I wouldn't say real thick, but it was a long type of a package, maybe.
So they were the longer zip ties, not the small ones.
Yes, I would say the package that we had them in was like 15 to 18 inches long. Not 12 inch, it was more like 15 or 18 inches long. And since I'm newer on the register and working there, I was just making sure that I knew how to use the register correctly and the prompts on the screen and scanning her items, so I wasn't really positive whether they're black or white or clear. I just saw the packaging.
All right. And did you ring it up, or did...
No, I did ring up her sale.
Was any other employee there with you at the time?
There was the assistant manager, Ron.
Is that Mr. Stafford?
Mr. Stafford, in the store at the time, but I do not believe he had any interaction with her, but I'm not positive. And he was not, I don't believe, near me. I believe he was helping another customer at the time.
Okay, so you primarily interacted with her and you think you would recognize her again?
Yes.
Did she ever say what she intended to do with the zip ties?
No.
Did you recall any other conversation with her?
No, not at all, that I can recall at this time.
Did you know where she worked, lived, anything like that?
No, I did not.
Right. Do you think of anything that we haven't talked about in this conversation that is important?
Well, I'm just thinking now about being there at the register. It seemed to me like she kind of rushed into the store and went immediately back to that area. So I don't know if maybe Ron did talk to her to tell her where those were located, because it did seem like she rushed in to get them and then came to the register to pay for them.
All right. But anything else besides that? She was in other words, she was a single item purchaser.
Yes, exactly. Which I also thought was unusual.
She had a specific
purpose to come and get the one item, and that was it.
Okay. Any other thing you can recall?
Just that her personality or the type of person she was, not to be judgmental, but she's a little odd or strange kind of a person.
That's
Sorry
fine. We're not being judgmental. That's an observation. That's
yes.
Perfectly okay. All right. Then the time is approximately 4:22. This concludes this interview.
He said she had 5'8".
What's your in custody? How are you today?
Okay.
I'm all right. You need to go to the restroom? You need a drink of water or anything? Okay. Well, my name's Joleen Harrington, and I'm a detective with the sheriff's office. You're not in any kind of trouble. I'm not here to talk to you about anything with your case. I don't even know what you're in custody for. But do you mind if I get your name?
Yes, sir. Brenda Brown. I don't know what I can say, but I will tell you what she said when she was in my cell.
Okay. What's your date of birth, Miss Brown?
11/29/1960.
Okay. And when you're saying her, what what name, did she give you a name?
She said she had 5 aliases.
Okay. What do you know it's Jennifer, or how did you know her?
Well, I just didn't know her until she come to jail, you know.
Right.
But she came in there with me, she was on boat dad, and we asked her about it. She said she had a boyfriend that was a bank robber, she was wanted by the FBI, and that she had 5 aliases, and that she was gonna write a book one day, and y'all could all read, we could read it, I could read it, or whatever. Me and my bunkie, and that was only a few hours if she wasn't in there long, you know. But she didn't say anything about, but they didn't have her for that then, you know, but until we seen it in the paper, but no.
Talk about missing persons.
Yeah, about the nerve, no, because she wasn't in there long enough. She only was in there for a few hours before it took her at first appearance, then they came back and got her about an hour or two later.
What did she say she was in there for? Did she say?
She said, they're gonna put it all together. She didn't say what she was in there for. They're gonna put it all together when they find her fingerprints and figure it all out. And that, all she said is she had 5 aliases and her boyfriend was a bank robber and she was wanted by the FBI. So nothing about the girl, but we didn't even know about that at the time, you know? You know? I mean, I didn't know about it at the time, who she was, you know?
Who else was in the cell with her?
Becky Miller, Rebecca Miller.
Okay.
He's,
When I'm trying to write without my little reading glasses on, I can't see it. Then when I try to look at you with them on,
that's me. I'm the same.
So what was her demeanor like when you were with her?
She was mostly trying to sleep, and she was just saying, "Do y'all want nothing about if y'all want my trays? You have to go eat." I said, "Yeah." I mean, you go out there if you want to eat, give it to someone. But she said, "Y'all can have my trays." And we were talking after what she was in here. She said that just that her boyfriend was a bank robber, and she's wanted by the FBI. And she should, once the fingerprints run together, they know who she was. Man, trying to think, but she really was sleeping. I tried to talk to her, but we didn't know who she was, you know, at the time. I mean, somebody looked like she might have said something to somebody if she's in there like with someone else. I figured they might make her talk, say something to her, you know. I don't know.
Was there anybody else? I mean, when you were talking to her, was Becky right there with you, or did they?
Yeah, Becky was right there.
Okay. Did she talk to Becky anytime when you weren't
around?
No, or you guys would have all three heard all your
Yeah, that's the only person. She didn't talk to no one else. Okay. Because she just went and got it. She didn't get a tray and it came straight back. And she went to sleep, but she didn't come in until 4:30 that morning.
Okay.
She wasn't in there that long, a few hours, you know.
Now, when you guys were, I guess you had a court appearance today?
No, it was Becky.
Okay. But were you guys talking earlier, or was it Becky that was you know? Have you talked to Becky about her since y'all all in there together?
No.
You and Becky hadn't discussed it?
No.
Okay.
But she said she should burn her fingerprints off, and that she's been missing or something from somewhere for 20-something years. Okay, I'm trying to think what it was that much, and then after that she just said that's really all I'm going to say right now, and then they took her out right after that. Yeah, if I could, I wish I could, you know, she's not talking at all. I mean, as soon as I seen her picture, I said, that was the girl that was in there with us, you know?
Yeah. Where'd you see it?
In the paper, the front Jacksonville paper, and then I get the news leader, I seen it in the news leader.
Anything else you think I should talk about?
Just that she was gonna write a book, did you get that?
Yeah.
That she was gonna write a book about her life. I wish you know, if I'd known about it, I didn't know. I said, they found her in her car, and they still ain't found the person. They look like she's the only one that's seen her last, but I think she looks like she but she just looks she was acting strange. She said she was 50 years old. This happened years ago, and
Bob Banks and stuff, so.
She said she did or
She and her boyfriend, Bob Banks.
Okay.
That's what Robert Banks.
Okay.
So that's all I know. But she said that,
Did she say where or anything like that?
no, she didn't say. Yeah, if I think of anything, Aunt, I'll let you know, but sometimes
Yeah,
my mind at jail, you know, you can't. If I think of anything.
Yeah, if something else pops in your head, just put in a request to talk
Okay.
to the detective, and I appreciate you.
I wish I could help, I wish I knew something I didn't
no,
know.
you are helping. I mean, you know,
Something maybe, yeah,
so,
maybe I'll find it, but she won't talk to y'all at all.
well,
Yeah, you can't,
I
yeah.
can't.
Yeah,
Don't take that the wrong way. I'm not being.
Yeah, oh, I know, I understand.
I
I
can't.
wish I could help, you know, because I'd hate for something like that to happen, you know?
Yeah, absolutely,
Like with
absolutely.
grandkids, and she's a mother of 3 kids disappear like that.
It's
I
a
know.
sad
It's
situation.
Yeah, and I'll tell Becky, she's been my roommate, a donkey since I've been over there, so I'll ask her if she can remember anything.
And I'll probably bring her over to talk to me too.
Okay.
She'll probably come over and talk. And it may not be me, it may be another detective.
Okay.
And you said you guys were all 3 together.
Yeah, if she went in there for 2 hours, so I got her, if she said that, she said, that's all I wanted to talk to say right now. But she didn't really, know it. I didn't know who she was, until I seen her picture.
I understand. Well, thank you again for
You're
talking to
welcome.
me, Ms. Brown.
I wish I could help.
Let me just have a seat for a second.
Okay.
I'm going to get,
Okay.
who bought you up? Was it
Lieutenant
Cooper? Bought you
yeah,
up?
I was there.
I'll get him to, I think he's in the
No,
captain's office.
he walked me
I'll
over.
get him to walk you back.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Brown.
If I think of anything else in my mind, I'll let you know.
Please do.
Oh, I sure will.
Okay, I guess that's going to be it for her. Let's see.
All right, the date is May 21st. The time is approximately 6:04 p.m. I'm present with, would you state your name, please?
Christopher Raymond Hill,
And what is your date of birth, Mr. Hill?
10/17/1981.
This is Detective Douglas. I'm present with Christopher Hill at 544 Bird Road, Jacksonville, Florida. Mr. Hill, let me just ask you a couple of questions, kind of background-wise. You understand that this is an investigation for a missing person, Joleen Cummings.
Yes, sir.
And I am recording this statement. Is that with your permission?
Yes, sir.
All right. Let me ask you this. Do you know Joleen Cummings?
Not personally, no, sir.
Do you know her husband, Jason Cummings?
Yes, sir.
How do you know Jason Cummings?
I work with Jason at Masonite. Known him for about 3 years. Worked with him approximately 1.5 years of that, 3 years.
All right. And it's my understanding recently you spent some time with him. When was the last time you saw him prior to this recent contact?
The last time I saw him prior to this recent, that would have been May 2017, right before I went on a leave of absence for surgery.
All right. Do you work at Masonite any longer?
No, sir.
All right. Does Jason?
No, sir.
All right. When did you next see him after May of 2017?
I saw Jason May of 2018, May 12th, Saturday, May 12th.
All right, and tell me how that came about. What led up to that?
I was sitting in a parenting class required for my divorce, and I guess he saw I was online, and we started talking, asked me how things are going. So we just went back and forth, chit chatted for a good little bit of time. And I wound up telling him, hey, let me call you when I get out of the class. The class is out at 12:30. He was, he said he had to take the same one. He understood, and that was that. And after I got out of the class, I gave him a call.
And do you recall approximately what time that was?
12:45.
And what was the purpose of that call?
To talk to him further, just to, because I was in class and trying to pay attention and also trying to talk to him. So I just wanted to be able to talk to him unabated and make plans to hook up, maybe take the kids, my kids, his kids, to go do something together. I hadn't seen him in a while, so I wanted to go do something with him.
And did you in fact speak to him at 12:45 or thereabouts?
Yes, sir, I did.
And did you all make plans?
Not directly there. He wound up telling me that he was close by and that he could swing by and see me. And
did he tell you what he was doing?
He's out going to Walmart. So he's taking his boys to Walmart, somewhere over here towards the north side of Jacksonville. So I wound up telling him where I was at, gave him an address, and told him to holler at me. I'd be over here at this address.
And so the loose plan was he was going to come over here to see you?
Yes, sir.
And that would be 544 Bird Road?
Yes, sir.
And what is 544 Bird Road where we are here?
It's my fiance's parents' house.
And what is your fiance?
What is she?
No, what is her name?
Maggie.
All right. Does she live here?
She does.
And her last name, please?
Dutton. Dutton.
And was Miss Dutton here at the time that Jason Cummings came over?
Yes, sir.
Was there some sort of confusion or anything about him finding this place to begin with?
There was. He when he turned off of Pecan Park Road.
What did you say, Nicole? Nicole, hold on a minute. Let me see. Nicole says, I talked to someone in Lowell. Do you mean Lowell, Mass, Nicole? Is that what you mean, Lowell, Massachusetts? Correctional institution. And she was bunkies with Kimberly last year. She said she was crazy and sits on her bed all day writing her appeal. Oh, interesting. Hi, X amount of words. How are you? Sorry, guys, I didn't see the screen. I didn't see the chat. That's interesting, Nicole. There are clips, yes, about her trial behavior as well, correct? She went on a hunger strike. Yep, I just covered that before. She went down to 74 pounds. Oh, Lowell in Florida. Okay. Interesting. Thanks for letting us know. Interesting.
He turned the wrong way on Main Street. So he called me, and I told him, hey, I'm actually coming down the road now. I'm about to turn on Bird Road. I'll just sit at the front of the road and wait for you. So he turned around down the street and came back down here and met me at the front of the road and followed me down here to 544.
All right, now we've looked at your phone and it shows that was about 1:30?
Yes, sir, about 1:30.
Once you got here, what did y'all do here?
I sat here and ate lunch on the porch. We fed the kids some snacks, his kids, my kid. Shot the breeze back and forth for about 45 minutes. And I kept trying to talk him into going to the flea market down here with me. So
the flea market on Pecan Park
Road. Okay. Talked him into going down there with me. I said, man, bring your boys and I'll bring mine. We'll go down there, walk around for a little bit. Because I'm going to go down there and look at some tools and stuff I need for work. So he went with me.
And I neglected to ask you this, but where are you working?
I work for Transportation Equipment Specialist.
What do you do for them?
I'm a quality control supervisor.
All right, so how long did you stay here? You ate, kids played, then you were going to go to the flea market.
Yeah, we probably left here at like 2:15 or 2:30. We were here 45 minutes an hour tops.
Okay.
And so we met down at the end of the road about 1:30. We got down, we left here by 2:30 at the latest to go to the flea market.
Okay. And what did you do once you got to the flea market?
We walked around. I I got something to munch on. He got something to munch on for him and his boys. And we looked at tools. Like I told you, I think we looked up and down almost every road, every aisle there. I think by the time he had to go, I think there was one spot I hadn't looked at yet. And so he was going to go, and he said he was going to make his boys some dinner, cook them some pork chops. We talked for probably about 10 minutes after that, and he left. I was there probably 20, 30 minutes longer.
So what time would what time would you estimate that he left there? Y'all parted company.
3:45 to 4 o'clock.
Okay.
Somewhere in that time frame.
I didn't ask you earlier, but when you went to the flea market, did you ride together or did you drive separately?
We drove separate. He went in his car with his two boys, and then I drove my fiance's car with my son.
And what kind of car does your fiance have?
Ford Edge.
And that's silver
yes,
vehicle?
Silver Ford Edge there.
Okay. So, after you walked around, shopped for tools, he got something to eat. For his boys, you got something as well. For your son, looked at tools, then he left. Your estimations were around 3:45 or 4.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Did you see him, physically see him any more that night?
No, sir.
Did you physically see him?
This is when they had to rule out her husband having anything to do with him.
All right. Did you?
His story checks out just as he said.
Any communication or contact with him later that evening, even though you didn't see him?
Yes, sir. I wound up talking to him about 7 o'clock. Talked to him on and off for about an hour.
Those are the text messages that you showed
yes,
me?
sir. I was asking him if he had a decent picture of himself on his Facebook.
And you talked to him for about an hour. I saw those messages.
Yes,
they
sir.
start a few minutes after 7 p.m. and go till right around 8.
Yes, sir.
Did he tell you where he was at that time?
No, sir. I assumed he was at the house with his boys.
All right. But you don't know?
No, sir.
When is the next time that you had any communication or contact with him?
Talked to him the next day, briefly, on the 13th. Talked to him a little bit on that day.
You know about what time that was?
Let me look again real quick. He hit me up. He asked me what I was doing at 6:51 p.m.
All right. Did he tell you what he was doing?
Right. Yeah, that's a good idea, Nicole.
I was at the hospital with my mom.
Thank you.
And he said he didn't mean to bother me, to hit him back up later.
All right. And when's the next time you talked after that?
The 16th. Or hang on. Nope, the 15th, May 15th.
All right. And what prompted any contact between the two of you on the 15th?
I hit him up at 6 o'clock in the morning, approximately. I seen where he shared a post on Facebook that his soon-to-be ex-wife is missing.
And so you talked to him about that?
Yes, sir. I asked him if everything was okay, and he said he hoped so. Yeah, he told me he hoped so.
All right. Now let me ask you this. Going way back, did you and he ever have any discussions prior to recently about troubles that he was having with his wife?
Yes, sir. He didn't reveal a whole lot, but I do know that one of the reasons he was divorcing Joleen was because she would go missing for a couple days at a time, several days at a time.
How did you know that? When did you discuss that?
We talked about it at work, like as it was happening.
Are we
she
talking
got
about
at
when you worked
at Masonite? Yes,
at
sir.
Masonite?
Yes, sir.
Prior to you leaving there?
Yes, sir.
You started to tell me, and I cut you off. I apologize.
I was just gonna say it was after she got out of jail. Things really went downhill. I think she served like 90 days, but after she got out of jail, she started doing this a lot. And you know, Jason would come in and you know he would confide in me, I guess you could say.
Yes, sir.
I don't know the reasons why exactly she was leaving. I don't know, you know, what it was. I was under the impression that that it had something to do with drinking, but again, that's just me speculating.
All right. Now, can you think of anything else that we haven't talked about, Mr. Hill, pertaining to where Jason Cummings might have been, or your contact with him on the weekend of May 12th and 13th. You think of anything else?
No, so like I mentioned though before, Jason seemed fine. He didn't seem out of character. Nothing seemed, out of the ordinary with him. His demeanor. Jason's a very consistent guy, like how he acts. He's very laid back, and it was just like old times. Nothing seemed amiss. So everything seemed fine with him.
Okay.
He went his separate ways, and we made plans later on to get together again.
All right, so that'll conclude this interview, but do you have anything that you want to add that I may have mistaken or left out?
Not at this time.
All
Not
right.
that I can think of.
And this interview will conclude. It is approximately 6:16. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much. So
I've been following it pretty close, since I found out, and my girlfriend.
all right, so that's that, and let's see. We have more interviews to go through tomorrow. I think it's really pretty late right now. Just go look at this real quick, maybe. This is supposed to be Woody's surveillance. I don't know what I'm supposed to see here. I don't know if that's the girl that's picking up the hamburger or something for Joleen. Probably. That's probably who it is. Yeah, that's probably her picking up the got a bunch of cell phone stuff to go through. What else is this? What is that? What is this? Order on defense objections to public disclosure of the oh, she didn't want any of this put in. It was all overruled. Appointment book overruled. Records overruled. Defendant's iPhone photos overruled. Defendant's bank records sustained. Virginia Beach incidents under advisements. G cell phone records overruled. Okay, all of this. Without question, the instant case has garnered an exceptional amount of media attention in Nassau County and yeah, it was all overruled there. Most of it except for just a few things, right? I think this is her storage locker. What was the deal with the bike? Did she steal it or something? Not sure of that. Hmm. Tangles second search. I'll see. She was buying that new plant, right? We saw the lady walking out with the big palm. Wow, look at that little tiny, right? Look at tiny. Oh, look at that. Thanks. Hmm. There was something else. Where the heck was it? Once I just saw the luminol. Here's the luminol. All right. Well, that's going to be it for part 4. We're going to have to go to part 5 tomorrow. And maybe we'll finish on that part of it. Your girl passed last year in November. She was 16. What happened? Oh, your kitty. Oh, sorry to hear that. Sorry to hear that, Nicole. Okay, we always play a word game at the end to cleanse our mind of this horrible stuff we usually see. I hope you come back. Nicole, thanks for hanging with us. Glad you found the channel. Daily. Come on, heart. I will tune in for part 5. I have been subscribed since you covered the Watts case. Oh, really? Okay. Yeah, that's a long time. That's a very long time, right? Yeah, so yeah, maybe you have some more stuff to share about her. Wow. So she's working on her appeal? That's interesting. she doesn't get violent and just, well, I know she did like the stuff with the feces and stuff that gets said, but has she been violent lately? I mean, or she just sits on her bed, you said, just writes her appeal? Is she acting as her own attorney? I wonder if she is acting as her own attorney. Your friend's housed in a different compound now. Kimberly is in the main unit where they don't have any air conditioning. Really? They don't have any air conditioning? Must get brutal in there, right? In the summer? Crazy. I heard that, like, she thought they were gassing her. She thought she had, she said she was, like, in a concentration camp, and they were gassing her. I heard that. She wanted her mother to get a private attorney so they could test her blood. Right? I'll have to get the, the disciplinary reports. Please send me how to get, let me get you the playlist, YouTube. Wait, hold on a minute. Don't go anywhere, YouTube monitors. Hang on. I'll get you the playlist. I thought I put it in the description here, but let me see. That's a good idea. I'm going to do that. Let me get that, okay? Just hang on tight here. YouTube Studio. Playlists. Hang on, I'm getting it for you, okay? Here we go. Get the shareable link. Yeah, and I'm going to start putting it in all the video descriptions too. So. Okay, here we go on this one. Main unit is like a shed and no air conditioning. All right, here's the playlist link. Okay. There you go, and I'm going to go in here and put I'm going to edit this and put it in here so everybody has it. Okay. And I'll try to do that tomorrow. It's in this one now in case you lose that. But I'm going to go into update all the parts with it, okay? But there's that. So you have that. Yeah, catch up there, YouTube monitors. I think you'll find the case quite interesting. And they never found her body, Nicole, right? And did your friend ever say that she ever... she won't ever give it up, huh? Where the body is. I guess it went out to the landfill from what they see, right? Because it looked like they missed the pickup and they never were able to find any of her remains. That's strange because usually in the landfills they can do extensive searches and still find some portion of remains, right? Yeah, that's sad. I know, you were behind, Hart. I was wondering where you were. Well, there's one word left. Once. Okay, you got it. Very good, Hart. Yeah, I wonder what Nicole, like she she wouldn't give that up, huh? Did you watch her trial, Nicole? Didn't watch her trial. There's a couple of outbursts. Yeah, I saw it. Oh no, they never found Jolene's body. That's what they said. They said they think that she brought it out in smaller garbage bags. She bought an electric knife and stuff, and she brought it out in electric garbage bags, and it was picked up, and they said they was probably brought to the landfill. But I don't understand why they could not find it, because that's happened in other cases, and it's taken time. But they've gone to the landfills, and they've found at least, something to make an ID, right? Yeah, that's really sad, because the family doesn't have that closure, of putting their loved one to rest and like that. But I'm surprised she didn't try to make a deal with that or something, you know what I mean? Yeah. Anyway, appreciate everybody coming in tonight, and we'll see you tomorrow for part 5, and then go through whatever else, and then I will ask for her discipline and reports. Those should be pretty interesting. You watched her trial? Oh yeah, please ask your friend. Yeah, ask her. See, I mean, yeah, I imagine she's close to 60 now, I wonder if she still, did she ever start eating? Because why, she just stopped eating. Did she ever start eating? She went down to, she was like 200 pounds and went down to 74 pounds. And, gosh, it looks like one time they brought her into court, she looked like Hannibal Lecter in one of those, things. She reminds me of, she'd be good cellmate for that Shabusiness. They could be cellmates, her and Shabusiness. I have to get back, and my stomach's grumbling, because I'm hungry. Get something to eat. And go to bed. Exhausted. I had looked at her record. She's 58, right? Thought she was younger. Weight loss aged her. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I saw the pictures where she lost all that weight. And I was surprised that she was 50 when she was saying that, because the identity she had was in the 40s. And then I thought she was kidding when she said she was in the 50s. But do you know anything about her son? Is her son alive or deceased? Because I've been trying to find out. She kept saying in her interview how glad she was that her son was alive, la 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 la. Then her mother says his son's not alive, but then she doesn't know. I don't know. Yeah, I think they have to force feed them or something. Hard, I don't know. I don't know what's... I'm just wondering about her son. Stomach is really going to town, grumbling. Man. Is there anything about her son? I will ask if she ever, yeah, find out if they ever find out he was alive or not. I hope he's alive, but I did like a little search of what they said, but I didn't find anything. I don't know. I'll have to do some more digging. All right, everybody, have a good night and see you tomorrow. May the Lord bless you and protect you and give you his peace. Prayers for everyone in our community, and we all need them. And love you guys. God bless, and stay well. See you tomorrow, God willing. All right. Happy Palm Sunday again.